Sleepnumber.com.
It's Heiser's amazing sales event. With Mother's Day, Memorial Day, graduations, and more, there's a lot to celebrate this month. Whether you're giving a gift or treating yourself to a vehicle upgrade, our amazing team will help you choose the best option. And to make things even better, you'll receive our exclusive Safe and Sound program, which includes a multitude of benefits. See all offers and details at Heiser.com and let us amaze you today. At Heiser, today's your day.
See dealer for complete details.
The countdown to the Republican National Convention is on. Keep it tuned here for interviews, headlines, and everything you need to know for the RNC. It's Decision Wisconsin, only here on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
6 o'clock, I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News. Thursday, May 23rd, our top story. A Milwaukee tactical situation ends with an arrest.
I'm Erik. Bilstad spending $20 million on your own campaign.
I'm Debbie Loziga, looking pretty good across the area. Not seeing any delays at the moment. Everything seems to be rolling along well. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic.
Nice one today. Bit on the warm side, mostly sunny and a high of 77 degrees. Mainly clear, low down to 56 tonight. Right now at 59 in Milwaukee. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, we have a man in custody now after an hours-long standoff in Milwaukee. It's all played out on Capitol Drive Wednesday.
The standoff centering around the building that contains Hyatt Pharmacy and Progressive Medical Group and closing Capitol at 54th for hours Wednesday afternoon. Medical assistant at Progressive, Janquil Allison, tells TMJ4 News she was at the front desk when an armed man ran inside.
He ran past the bathroom. His weapon fell. He picked his weapon up and proceeded to run down the hallway. At this time, I turned back around to go to my desk and sit down at my desk. The Milwaukee Police Department was at the door. And when I opened the door to let them in, they said they was chasing an armed robbery suspect and we all needed to come out.
Wyatt Barmore-Pooley, WTMJ News.
A hazmat situation on Wednesday evening at Milwaukee Police District 2. It remains under investigation this morning. The incident closing off streets while fire personnel worked behind red and yellow caution tape. WTMJ has reached out to MPD for more details.
3 men in custody after a rollover crash on I-43. This was just before 4 o'clock in the afternoon Wednesday. Northbound I-94, just north of National. Sheriff's office said it appears to be a reckless driving incident where one car struck another and then rolled. And a couple of the people who were inside that car appear to be thrown from the vehicle. Deputies have identified one of the suspects and have determined that he had no prior outstanding warrants. There were no reported injuries from the vehicle that was hit.
Decision Wisconsin, the man who is challenging Senator Tammy Baldwin to be Wisconsin's next U.S. Senator, acknowledges that he may spend $20 million of his own money to get elected.
Is money too much of a factor in politics?
100%. It's disgusting. And the more you're in this race, you sit there and see how money just perverts things.
Erik Hovde has already loaned his campaign at least $8 million in an effort to defeat incumbent Tammy Baldwin. That number will continue to climb.
Look, I'm not going to get into the specifics of how much I'm making a big investment, but to think that I can self-fund this by myself, I've never said that.
The Hovde-Baldwin race could be the costliest U.S. Senate race in history. John Merkier, WTMJ News.
Oh, sunny summer days. You got boats all up and down the Milwaukee River. But during the Republican National Convention in the middle of July, that river will be far emptier. RNC Secret Service Coordinator Audrey Gibson-Chikoro.
The Secret Service has determined that the Milwaukee River will likely fall within our security zone.
And that means it'll be closed from Clybourne Street through Pleasant Street during the week of the convention, with the U.S. Coast Guard working to secure the waters around the city.
China's military is holding drills around Taiwan.
Chinese state television showing highlights of the two-day exercise. Beijing calls the drills punishment for separatist forces seeking independence on the self-governed island. It's also said to be a warning to external forces to steer clear of any interference or provocation. China's Eastern Theater Command is combining land, naval, and air elements in the large maneuvers. Tom Rivers, ABC News at the Foreign Desk.
Justice Department expected to file a new lawsuit today against Ticketmaster and its parent company over alleged monopoly of live music events. ABC's Andrea Fujii.
Live Nation President Joe Berchtold this week said the company has been seeking common ground with the Justice Department. He addressed Live Nation's use of exclusive contracts, which require a venue to use Ticketmaster for a certain number of years. Berchtold saying the company has no issues with any venue that says they want to be non-exclusive, but he insisted many venues prefer using only one ticketing service to streamline their operations.
Investigation began 2 years ago after the Taylor Swift Eras Tour ticket meltdown when the Ticketmaster site crashed.
Coming up, Chimney Doe has been identified.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:04.
Outdoor living is great, but it's best when it's at your own home. Well, there's a company called Outdoor Living Unlimited that will build you a deck, a patio, pergola, fire pit, all manner of things to enhance outdoor living at your place, even an outdoor kitchen. Get started right away. Contact Outdoor Living Unlimited now. Get your yard project onto Outdoor Living Unlimited's calendar while there's still openings. OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Fleet Farm has everything you need to reel in even more fish this summer. Rod and reel combos? We've got them. Exclusive lures you won't find anywhere else. You betcha. And this week, Berkeley Gulp Plastics and Scents are on sale for 20% off. Plus, keep your drinks cold and food fresh on those marathon fishing days with our huge selection of Yeti coolers and drinkware, featuring new seasonal colors like Big Wave Blue. Angle in to get everything you need for your everyday life at Fleet Farm.
Okay, I'm ready to record my jewelry store's new radio spot. I got a great script that really goes after Diamonds Direct and how they're nothing special and how we can match their price. Great stuff.
Oh, great. We have this new technology that bleeps out any false claims, so it saves us time with editing. So you can start anytime.
Okay, here goes. When you visit our jewelry store, we'll guarantee direct. Our diamonds come straight. We have cutters and... Hey, what the...
The hard truth is that other jewelry stores simply can't do what Diamonds Direct can. Diamonds Direct has special relationship with De Beers, international connections, and virtually unlimited buying power. The result is true direct importer pricing, exceptional quality, and up to 30 times the diamond selection you find at other stores.
I can't believe this thing won't let me say...
Diamonds Direct. Your love, our passion. Get more truth at DiamondsDirect.com.
In Wisconsin, bicycles are legal and intended users of the road. We remind drivers to share the road and make sure to slow down and give at least 3 feet when passing a person biking. Let's make sure everyone, no matter their mode of travel, gets home safely. Learn more at wisconsinbikefed.org.
6:07.
Brewers off to Boston. We'll talk about it in sports at 6:15.
A skeleton found in the chimney of a Madison music shop 34 years ago has now finally been identified. The Madison Police Department worked with the DNA Doe Project to make it happen.
The DNA Doe Project works to identify John and Jane Does using investigative genetic genealogy. Gwen Knapp is one of the volunteers.
In this case, we were able to identify Madison's very famous case of how this gentleman ended up in the chimney as Ronnie Joe Kirk.
DNA can be taken from blood, bones, and tissue. In this case, it was hair.
That genetic profile is really the key to getting it into the databases where we can start to say who is a person by looking at who they may be related to.
The nonprofit analyzes the DNA samples and builds family trees to ultimately help detectives crack these cases. Jessica Ty, WTMJ News.
Nissan now putting the brakes on expanding its electric vehicle lineup. Brian Moody, senior editor for Auto Trader, said consumers have battery charge time anxiety, and there's worry about resale value.
And that's probably going to cover the first 2, maybe even the first 3 owners. The question is, what about after that? Hey, this car, the battery has been charged nicely, it's been treated well, you have 10 more years of life left in it. Without that, the resale value is not going to be great once they're outside of warranty.
Moody says Wisconsinites are more interested in hybrid vehicles.
This week marks 2 years since the mass school shooting at Robb Elementary in Uvalde, Texas. 19 children were killed along with 2 teachers. On Wednesday, 19 families of the victims announced a $2 million settlement with the city.
While these families are seeking to keep the peace in their town, their attorney hinted at future lawsuits against so-called enablers of the massacre.
Until those making money off of this start to
clean up their act. The best we're going to ever do is a perfectly performed law enforcement response.
Koskoff previously helped families of the Sandy Hook school shooting in Connecticut reach a $73 million settlement with gunmaker Remington. Ken Molestina, CBS News, Uvalde, Texas.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:09.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
For the ultimate sports betting experience, get in the game at Potawatomi Sportsbook. Unleash your inner champion with dozens of betting kiosks, a VIP deck, high-end bar, first-class restaurant, broadcast booth, a 2,000-square-foot video wall, and more. It's a sports fan's paradise, 24/7. Bet above the rest. Only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Visit the website for more. Must be 21 years old. All bets must be made on site.
From removing unwanted clutter or junk to full-service residential or commercial cleanouts, get a free same-day estimate at twomenandajuncktruck.com. Keep what you love, ditch what you don't.
Traffic is sponsored by Two Men and a Junk Truck. Keep what you love, ditch what you don't. What do you got, Debbie?
Looking pretty good out on the roads. No major delays right now. No incidents either. Everything is looking pretty good. Shouldn't see too many other delays at the moment as long as everybody plays nicely. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast for today, mostly sunny and warm, high temperatures in the upper 70s. It's mainly clear tonight as lows dip back into the mid-50s. A heads up, storms back in the picture on Friday, a weaker round during the late morning, early afternoon, and then a stronger round possible in the evening. Highs in the low 70s. Sunshine is back on Saturday, highs in the upper 60s to low 70s. We'll look for scattered showers on Sunday, mostly cloudy and breezy with a high of 65, and some more showers in the picture for Memorial Day, highs in the mid-60s. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee at 57 degrees.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast for today, mostly sunny and warm, high temperature.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's Erik Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
Coming up on 612 this Thursday morning, something to watch today and in the weeks to come in the wake of the campus protests that swept the nation and resulted in days-long encampments at UW-Madison and Milwaukee here in Wisconsin. So campus leaders today are being summoned to Capitol Hill to face questions from lawmakers about their handling of these events. That's not the news you want to have if you're one of these folks.
I should have seen this coming. I have to admit, I'm a little embarrassed we didn't see this coming, that they would bring some of these folks up.
So pro-Palestinian protesters across the country, we've covered it over the last several weeks, in particular occupying space on college campuses to protest the war in Gaza. And in some cases, university leaders made deals to get them to back down. And now House Republicans are calling some of those leaders on the carpet. Today in Washington, you have the leaders from Northwestern, Rutgers, and UCLA set to go before the House Committee on Education and Workforce, which has been investigating how colleges have responded to the protests and allegations of anti-Semitism on campus.
So do you anticipate there will be calls for one of them to step down by the end of the day?
Well, so that's interesting. Remember, it was the woeful performances by some Ivy League presidents before this same committee late last year in prior hearings that resulted then of them being in the spotlight and further scrutiny and ultimately the resignations of the presidents of Harvard and the University of Pennsylvania, who, as the Associated Press describes, quote, gave cautious, halting answers to questions about whether calls for genocide of Jews would violate their school's conduct policies. So whether they meant what they said or whether they misspoke or just weren't eloquent enough, whatever, it put the spotlight on them, and they lost their jobs.
Right.
So why Rutgers and Northwestern? We know that UCLA had a lot of standoffs and
issues.
Got violent there. The committee expected to focus on both Rutgers and Northwestern because of the agreements that they made with protesters.
The deals.
Yes. Associated Press and ABC News reporting here at Northwestern. The administration agreed to reestablish an advisory committee on investments that included student, faculty, and staff input. Rutgers agreed to meet with 5 student representatives to discuss divestment in request in exchange for disbanding the encampment. What kind of reception will they get? Committee Chair Congresswoman Virginia Fox, Republican, North Carolina. The committee has a clear message for mealy-mouthed, spineless college leaders. Congress will not tolerate your dereliction of your duty to your Jewish students.
Well, we know what the tone's going to be already.
Right, so they know what to expect. So turn this back here on our state and our school leaders here. UWM Chancellor Mark Money already apologizing this week. You had the story the other day for his handling of the resolution that ended the protests in Milwaukee. UW-Madison first tried police force to remove the encampment there and then later struck a deal with their protesters. If I were Chancellor Money or Chancellor Jennifer Mnuchin at Madison, I would not want to pick up the phone with any incoming 202 area code calls.
You know what, though? You're right. But I wonder if they have nothing to worry about because they're in a battleground state. Look at where these are coming from. Rutgers, Northwestern's in Illinois, UCLA's in California. You think they stay away from the battleground states because it's not worth rocking the boat on a tight race?
Don't know which way it turns.
In November,
right. Understood. Leaders of UCLA, Northwestern, and Rutgers on Capitol Hill today.
Unsuspecting driver at a Milwaukee barbershop.
I got an apprentice here shadowing me. I'm gonna put this hot towel on, man. About a good 3 minutes, all right?
The apprentice is Donald Driver.
So when you come here, you drive?
Yes.
Your car got seatbelts?
Yeah.
You wear them?
No.
Okay, but why not?
I don't want to.
But do you know you can get a ticket for that? I'm gonna give you a ticket. Bet you wish you buckle up now.
Oh my God. Donald Driver can't always be there to remind you.
Take it, click it. There we go. Click it or ticket.
And let's reduce fatalities on Wisconsin roadways. Sponsored by Wisconsin DOT.
Erik Bilstad for WTMJ Radio. I need to get rid of the giant pile of mulch that's on my driveway.
Yeah, you do.
And it's going to be a long time. My poor neighbors. And you know why? Because I'm going to be gone for most of the weekend and I won't be able to get to it. And it's just going to sit there and I'm going to hear about it. And it also is distracting your eye away from the beautiful garage doors from J.D. Griffiths.
Those folks in the neighborhood, they deserve that view.
Yes, they need that view, Vince. J.D. Griffiths upgrades your house with a beautiful new garage door, and they've been doing it for more than 70 years. They also are Milwaukee's detached garage builders. This is what they do, and they do it so well. JDGriffith.com is the website. New exclusive offer right now for you, the WTMJ listener. With any purchase of a new garage door, you get $100 off your garage door opener. Here's the phone number, 414-362-7222, or go to JDGriffiths.com/WTMJ. That's JDGriffiths.com/WTMJ.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Here's Erik Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
Brewers' long roadie continues this weekend as they head to Boston to face the Red Sox. Hello? Is this thing on?
There we go.
1, 2, check, 1, 2, 3.
You all right over there?
I don't know. What buttons am I not pushing right? Okay. Should we start the whole thing over?
Yes,
right.
Please.
Brewers' long roadie continues this weekend as they head to Boston to face the Red Sox.
Look who's got Smart Pack.
You got to sweep the Sox if they want to come out ahead in this 9-game road trip. Pitchers' duel in Miami Wednesday night did not go the Brewers' way.
And that is a sharply hit ground ball to short. Anderson plays it on a couple of hops, runs to the bag at second, retires Contreras. And the Marlins have shut out the Brewers tonight, 1-0 your final. Marlins take the series 2-1 as well.
Jesus Luzardo for the Marlins throws 8 innings against the Crew.
Come on.
8. Manager Pat Murphy in full salute.
You know, we couldn't come up with a big hit at the big time, but again, credit their guy. He was really, really good. I'm not going to be disappointed in our guys if a great pitching beats good hitting. That's just the way it is. And that kid was great tonight.
The Brewers open a weekend series with Boston. Friday night's first pitch from Fenway Park at 6:10 our time. Green Bay Packers will go back at it again today for organized team activities, the optional workouts that most players understand they pretty much got to be at. New guys at 1265 Lombardi Avenue. Packers picked up free agent safety Xavier McKinney, remember, in the offseason, and he's impressed with the talent around him.
I think the talent level in our room is out of this roof, and it's going to be fun to play with these guys because everybody's smart, so we all working off of each other, and we're able to build off of each other and compete with each other, make each other better.
I think he's mixing metaphors there. I think we're either out of this world or through the roof.
I'll take both.
But either way, guys like McKinney so far. Love this from cornerback Keyshawn Nixon.
I call him the Terminator. He wear an ugly helmet I don't really like for real. And he got dreads half side of his head. But, Exeter, he's a good leader. I feel comfortable being like him behind me.
Terminator, let's go with it.
I think he means Predator, but I'll go either one is
right. Again, guys.
But I love it. I love it.
I appreciate y'all being colorful, but get your metaphors and your similes straight here. Hope he's downright nasty too, though.
Yeah,
I want a nasty defense this season. Feel like it's been a long time since we had a nasty defense. Feel like it's been a long time since our opposing team wasn't coming in going like, oh, we're going to score some points today.
At home, at
right?
Lambeau.
Yes, at Lambeau.
Yes.
So OTAs continue next week as well after today's workout in Green Bay. And quickly, postseason honors in the NBA. Bucks Giannis Antetokounmpo named to the 23-24 season All-NBA first team, his 6th consecutive season, earning those first-team honors.
It's like playing baseball in the house.
Mom, Dad broke the window.
Without the risk of...
Again.
That. Every Thursday at 8:40, play virtual baseball on Wisconsin's Morning News. Step up to the virtual plate and test your mettle against the best.
Swing and a drive to right.
It's virtual baseball, presented by Siding Unlimited. Only played here on WTMJ.
Vince Vitrano here for Connect Chiropractic. Great story to share with you. Whenever I'm at Connect Chiro for my appointments, I run into my fellow patients, and some of them want to share their stories. And I talked with this woman the other day who's been seeing Dr. Alex Young and his team for about a month now, and she shared, hey, I'm the one who contacted you. I sent you that email asking questions about Connect Chiro. I did. I got an email from her a while back. She had heard us talking about him on the radio. She was interested in learning more about the no twisting, no cracking, no popping, because she had had multiple back surgeries, and she was concerned about seeking other type of chiropractic care. I encouraged her to go in. I'm like, see how they do it. They'll show you the special tool they use to make all their adjustments. It's focused on restoring proper nerve and muscle function. It's gentle, pain-free, and effective. She is grateful that we pointed her in that direction, and now she's on her way to better health. It's why I recommend my team of docs for you to visit at Connect Chiropractic. They are located in Delafield and Wauwatosa. It's Go Connect Chiro. That's goconnectchiro.com.
Sharks. Most people see them as a threat, but we see a potential cure. At UW Health Carbone Cancer Center, we're the only team in the world researching whether antibodies from sharks can be used to fight cancer. A discovery that would revolutionize the future of cancer care, turning possibilities into remarkable realities. So one day, instead of what if, we can ask, what's next? UW Health Carbone Cancer Center. Remarkable.
Traffic is sponsored by Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee. Design Exchange is where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor on consignment at 25 to 40% off retail prices in Heartland and Pewaukee.
At 6:22, what's happening on the roads, Deb?
Not much. Starting to see a little bit of buildup on westbound 894 heading in through the Loomis construction zone, but overall, we're looking actually pretty quiet right now. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Nice one today. High of 77 degrees under mostly sunny skies. Mainly clear tonight, low down to 56. Friday afternoon, chance of showers and storms. Evening showers and storms likely. And some of them, say it with me, could be on the strong side. High of 71 on Friday. For your weekend, mostly sunny Saturday. Really nice day, 68 at the lake, 73 inland for your high temps. And Sunday, they're saying rain likely right now. Mostly cloudy and breezy with a high of 65. Right now, 57 in Milwaukee.
This always happens. It always comes really quickly, but believe it or not, we're less than a month away from the start of Summerfest.
You're right. It does always happen. People start talking about Summerfest, you're like, oh, that's a ways off yet.
No,
it's not.
June 20th. He is right around the corner. So again, 3 weekends this year, the 20th to the 22nd, June 27th to the 29th, and then July 4th through the 6th are your 3 weekends. So Summerfest likes to do these offerings and previews for, like, I'm not sure who all gets to go to these. It's a lot of dignitaries, and then they let us schmoes go.
Well, because they want us to talk about it.
Yes, and I guess so that's how it works. So, yeah, so yesterday we were on the Summerfest grounds, you and I. Sandy Max was there as well, and others from across the media landscape and other high dignitaries from Milwaukee to enjoy some of the foods and different offerings that the vendors are going to be offering this year.
And the beverages.
And, yeah, they also offer some different beverages as well. So here's just a quick picture of what that was like, an audio picture, if you will. All right, so what are you guys serving here today?
We are serving cocktail-sized empanadas, Cuban and Argentine beef.
All right, if I had to choose one, what should I go with?
I would go with the Argentine. It's our most authentic.
Do you have a secret to the recipe or anything like that?
Yes, but I can't tell you what it is.
So what are we serving here?
This is Perky's Old Fashioned. This is my mom's recipe.
Is your mom Perky?
She is. Her nickname has been Perky since age 4. I had her on the back of the bottle, and it's our brandy Old Fashioned. It'll be in the amphitheater this year. We've been on the market for 2 years.
Where did you get the recipe from?
It's from my grandfather, actually, so it's been in the family for 60 years. Supposedly, he's like this mixologist. He always had martinis ready to pour in the fridge, and then he started playing around and did Old Fashions.
What's his nickname?
He didn't have one. Gilbert. That's why it's not Gilbert's.
We've been sampling everything, and there are a lot of new things and things we haven't heard of. So, Cousins, I've not heard of you. What do you make?
Cousins, we make sub sandwiches.
Right, very well, yes. Ooh, E. Remember I judged that brat contest, like the recipe contest for Johnsonville last year? This is the winner. Hey, Chef, this is the brat that we picked last year, right?
Yes, this is the walking brat.
I picked this as the winner. This is my favorite. What do you think, E?
So I'm getting a little bit of a hint of, like, hickory, maybe?
Out of all that, it was really tasty.
Oh, yes, it tastes good. It's a brat.
So our fried bologna sub is exclusive to Summerfest, so you can't get it anywhere else except for Summerfest this year.
How do you make a fried bologna?
Fried bologna, so it's literally fried bologna.
Well, that's a good start. Great question, E. Right,
yeah.
I thought that fried bologna was good.
It was good. There's a lot of really good food there. Almost too good for us. Also, Chef Dan was there from Top Chef. So we have some sound from him. Sandy Max was there as well, so we'll hear that later on in the program.
So some of these are, and yes, I know what Cousins is. That was the joke.
You're going to get a text.
He says he grew up here. Cousins has been around a long time. They're right here. That's the original. No, obviously that was the joke. The fried bologna was good. That brat that we were talking about. So Johnsonville had a recipe contest, and I was one of the judges the finalists. Yeah, and the walking brat was what we chose. So that's available now at Summerfest this year. It's a brat that's wrapped in like a tortilla, and there are Fritos in there.
Yeah, it was
and
good.
Some other things. A lot of different
flavors.
Add
more Fritos if you wanted to. They're also offering us M&Ms a lot, so M&Ms are new to Summerfest this year.
And then all kinds of beverages. A lot of fruity stuff.
Mm-hmm. What was that lemonade one? Hibiscus lemonade or something?
I don't know. It had booze in it. I know that. News about your money this morning. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped about 200 points to 39,671. The NASDAQ closed at 16,802. That was off about 31 points. And the S&P 500 was down as well, down almost 15 points to 5307. Inflation is not going away. Download your copy of Safeguarding Against Inflation, Strategies for Wealth Preservation at annexwealth.com/inflation.
WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here. Are you in the market for a new roof, but overwhelmed at how to start the process? Well, here's a suggestion. Go with Tri-County Contracting. Installing roofs since the 70s, this family-owned company works for you. Stop by their showroom in New Berlin or go to TriCountyContractingWI.com. You don't want a process that takes forever. Tri-County Contracting makes it easy, from getting the estimate to getting that brand new roof. Worry-free roofing, siding, and windows. Tri-County Contracting.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, Outdoor Living Unlimited. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. And at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. If you've got water in your house, you need Guthrie and Fry. We've got their water softener. We get their salt delivery. We've got reverse osmosis that protects the water in our house. They've got the best people. They've got the best products. It's Guthrie and Fry. They treat their clients like their family. I feel that every time they're in our house, you need Guthrie and Fry. Fixed rental rates, convenient salt delivery programs. It's gfwater.com.
Better water makes a big difference. Guthrie and Fry.
Rose Gray from Fox World Travel here to bring you exciting news. In partnership with Globus, Insight Vacations, and Avalon Waterways, our 2025 Fox Group Vacations collection is now available. Whether you want to explore Europe, Hawaii, Asia, or beyond, by land or river, our award-winning Fox Group Vacation experts have handcrafted exclusive experiences for people seeking to explore the world. Visit foxworldtravel.com or call 866-GO-FOX-GO. Join us and make memories to last a lifetime.
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Social Security benefits denied? Call Tayback for the payback. Unable to work due to health problems? Let Tayback help you get approved for the Social Security benefits you're entitled to. Call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
6:30, I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News. Thursday, May 23rd, our top story, a safe conclusion to a Milwaukee standoff.
I'm Erik Bilstad, shutting down the Milwaukee River.
I'm Debbie Lazago, westbound 894, a little bit tight from about Loomis all the way to 68th Street through that construction zone. Otherwise, looking good. That's your WTMJ Johnson & Sons paving time saver traffic.
Mostly sunny and warm today, high of 77 degrees. Skies clear tonight with a low down to 56. Right now, our temp in Milwaukee at 57.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Record-breaking numbers of travelers preparing to hit the road and take to the skies this Memorial Day weekend. 44 million Americans are expected to travel at least 50 miles from home. FAA Chairman Michael Whitaker.
We're watching the weather very closely. It's thunderstorm season. We've got storms from Tennessee all the way up, or from Texas all the way up to Maine. So we're going to be working with the airlines to get them through those storms safely.
Storms leaving 5 people dead in Iowa after tornadoes touched down. They are still cleaning up there. Nearly 36 people were hurt. In northern Mexico, 9 people were killed and more than 60 hurt when a stage collapsed in strong winds. That happened at a political rally. The Justice Department is expected to file a new lawsuit today against Ticketmaster and Live Nation for the alleged monopoly the DOJ says the company has on live music events. China holding military drills around Taiwan. Punishment, China says, for independent forces on the island. This is ABC News.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:31.
And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, police standoff that shut down part of Capitol Drive, 54th on Wednesday afternoon, finally led to an arrest. Milwaukee police say they were in this standoff with someone inside the building. Now, the building has both a Hyatt Pharmacy and Progressive Medical Group. Officers told employees of the Progressive Medical that they were chasing an armed robbery suspect who fled into that building and was armed with a gun. Suspect ultimately taken into custody after several hours.
Hazmat situation Wednesday evening. Still looking for more details. This hazmat situation at Milwaukee Police District 2 remains under investigation. The incident closing off streets while fire personnel worked there behind the red and the yellow caution tape in that area. WTMJ has reached out to MPD for more details. We've yet to get more details.
Bad crash on the freeway, likely the result of reckless driving. A couple of people rolled their vehicle after smashing into another car, and 2 people ended up flying out onto the freeway. This all played out about 4 o'clock Wednesday, northbound I-94, just north of National Avenue. Sheriff's office saying it does look like it was reckless driving. One car struck another and then rolled. 2 of the people who were inside the car were thrown from the vehicle. Deputies have identified one of the suspects now and determined that he had no prior outstanding warrants. There were no injuries from the inside the vehicle that was hit.
The governor is calling on the GOP-controlled Joint Finance Committee to release $15 million to help fund the Child Care Counts program. Program was born out of the pandemic to help daycare providers. Jeff Pirtle with DCFS says the wait is creating uncertainty.
It has some pretty significant impacts on how that's going to help affordability for working families. And if it remains frozen, it will just continue to sit in a state bank account.
Another $10 million is stuck with joint finance to cover costs of big events like the NFL draft.
Security for the Republican National Convention won't just affect the drive around downtown, but water travel as well. Secret Service says the Milwaukee River will likely fall within the security zone, which means it will likely be closed from Clybourne Street through Pleasant during the week of the convention. Milwaukee Kayak Company owner Beth Handel telling TMJ4 News she'll direct her customers to the Kinnickinnick and Menominee Valley rivers.
You can launch out of there as well and have some fun on maybe 2 other rivers that you have never been on before.
Other cruise line business who dock along Milwaukee River are planning to move their operations to Port Washington for that week.
Get out your floaties. Milwaukee County Parks going to announce today which pools and the aquatic facilities are going to be open this year, just ahead of the Memorial Day weekend. For the first time in recent years, all 30 of the county's wading pools and splash pads will be open.
Coming up, another fancy party at the White House. Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:34.
This report sponsored by Pella of Wisconsin. Discover Pella now, pay later at PellaWI.com.
Jeff Levering and wife Ashley love their patio door from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It's so bright, it's so clear. I can see the kids outside playing, and it makes it comfortable for the life we live, which is an active one.
I love the roll screen. The fact that the screen is on the inside.
For the first time, our whole house actually feels like the same climate.
And no drafts. It's a game changer.
Hi, I'm Gina Della from Pella. And if you order today, you get 0% interest for up to 48 months. When it comes to replacing or upgrading your windows and doors, you want to be confident about your decisions. With Pella Design Works, you can see what your home could look like before you buy. Black frame windows or white, vinyl, wood, or fiberglass. Bring your vision to life and rest assured it's the perfect style for your home. Right now, get 0% interest-free financing for up to 48 months when you order by May 31st. Set your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. That's 5/31/2024.
Wait now or wait a little longer. You may have just increased your lifetime income by tens of thousands of dollars. That's how Social Security can work for you. The longer you wait, the more money you may get. Deciding when to start taking your Social Security benefits is one of the most important retirement decisions you'll make. Our team at Drake & Associates can show you the options and help make the right decision for your situation. You spent decades paying in. Optimize what comes out. Drake & Associates can help you squeeze every penny out of your Social Security benefits. Claim your free Retirement Ready Toolkit that has guides on Social Security. To get our complimentary toolkit, call or text SS to 414-409-9982. That's calling or texting SS to 414-409-9982.
Investment advisory services provided by Drake & Associates, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Insurance products are offered through a separate company, Loft Financial Advisory Group, LLC, a Wisconsin insurance agency. Clients are under no obligation to purchase any recommended insurance products.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:36.
Coming up in sports, a Packers wide receiver wanted to know, how come I'm always getting hurt? We'll tell you where he found some of those answers. Coming up in sports at 6:45.
First time in history this has happened at the White House. President Biden welcoming the Kenyan president.
It's the first visit by a Kenyan president to the U.S. in 2 decades. The wide-ranging talks are expected to include debt relief for Kenya, as well as the way forward for Haiti, Ukraine, Sudan, and other areas. They'll also focus on efforts to build trade ties. The 2 leaders will hold a joint news conference, followed by an official state dinner at the White House. Stacey Patton, CBS News, Washington.
Official state dinner.
Love me a state dinner.
I know you do.
So, who's going to be at the state dinner? Still trying to get a good look at the guest list. What we do know is that country star Brad Paisley, a headline, you know him, Brad Paisley guy?
And nationwide is on your side.
Don't know if I'll play that song, but he'll be there. The Howard Gospel Choir will also provide entertainment at this glitzy event. The Kenyan president apparently a big Paisley fan. He loves gospel and country music, so that's part of the reason for that.
Okay, eclectic taste there.
This is the 6th state dinner. Guests will dine on a summertime-style meal of bratwurst. I'm just kidding.
Brats and burgers buffet style.
Can you imagine Biden with a big hat on, big chef hat on? Hey, folks, I got this.
Folks, look,
He's
I'm
at
in the grill. You got to use Kingsford. It's the best charcoal. I got my Weber grill right here.
What's really on the menu? Chilled tomato soup, lobster poached in butter, marinated short ribs with kale, banana ganache for dessert. So all the fixins. He was going to go to Africa, and that fell through. So because of that, that was part of the reason why they invited the Kenyan president here.
This is a make good?
Kinda.
You know what? Why don't you all come here? You come to the house. We'll cook for you.
Do you like that or not? When you invite someone to your place and they're like, "Oh no, why don't you come over
why
here
don't you guys
instead?"
Come over here. Yeah.
Well,
got the new painting we want to show off. Yeah.
Well, we invited you to our place. Though.
Right. We had a thing, and we went, no.
So this I would
come
expect to be the final state dinner of this term.
I don't know, man. We've had a lot of parties lately. I feel like they're cleaning out the fridge over there just in case. 6:39 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Make your next family trip one for the history books at Old World, Wisconsin. Set against the natural beauty of the Kettle Moraine State Forest, you'll enter a one-of-a-kind place where the modern world fades away. Explore authentically restored homes, farms, stores, and workshops representing more than a century of Wisconsin history. Meet heritage farm animals, visit a one-room schoolhouse, lend a hand in the blacksmith shop, ride a high-wheel bicycle, and so much more. Travel through time and the stories of America's heartland. Get your tickets at oldworldwisconsin.wisconsinhistory.org.
I'm making burgers. Mr. President, how you like your burger? A little pink inside. I'm working on it. What was the president's name?
Kenyan President William Ruto.
Hey, Bill, how you like
Awesome,
it?
Bill.
Would you rather have a brat? I got brats too. Big old tin of baked beans at the end of the aisle too. Some pickle spear.
Yes.
It's a barbecue cookout, see?
And a bag of Ruffles.
Get your chips. Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. You know the slogan, especially if you listen to a lot of the Brewers games, because Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin has a lot of messages for you during those games, and you hear it all the time. There is a difference, right? Vince Vitrano for OAW. The difference is Milwaukee Magazine is out with its list of top doctors once again. They do this every year. And for 2024, 17 docs on this prestigious list practice at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. The list is created by Milwaukee Magazine in a survey of other doctors. And these are the docs chosen by their peers as the best in their field. 17 of them at OAW. 2 of the docs who've worked on me personally are on there. Easy to think that docs are docs, right? They're in the hospital, so they must be good enough. But think about this. If you've got some chronic pain that's been bothering you and you want to know what's going on, you need a diagnosis, you need a treatment plan, or you're making the decision to have surgery, you want good enough? This is your health we're talking about. Go to the best. They're right here in our community. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. Walk right in at an Ortho ASAP clinic or book an appointment online at orthowisconsin.com.
If you're like me, you always like to add a little something new to the wardrobe. But when money's tight, it makes it harder. And that's why you shop at St. Vincent de Paul for a terrific selection of women's clothing at thrift store prices. Brand names, too, with a selection that's always up to date and looking great. You're going to find something cute at the right price, and you're going to love it. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, and 23rd in Lincoln in Milwaukee.
Ooh, you're gonna love it. St. Vincent de Paul.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. We're all living longer. That means in all of our families, people are facing Alzheimer's, dementia, and other memory-related issues. Azura specializes in caring for those with early to late stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms. They're Wisconsin-based, 14 in our state, 4 in our area. I've been in their buildings. They're fantastic. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living, empathy and compassion at the core. It's Azura.
Your Memorial Day picnic is complete at Sendik's with your favorites from Kraft Foods. Oscar Mayer 10-count hot dogs are 2 packages for just $3, and 8-ounce Cool Whip topping is just 99 cents. Sendik's, your trusted local grocer.
You bet. Traffic sponsored by Sendik's Food Market, your trusted local grocer since 1926. Debbie.
Okay. Well, we've actually got a little bit of a backup now westbound 894 from 27th Street to 68th. That's through that Loomis Road construction zone. Westbound on 94, also a bit tight from 35th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Otherwise, everything else seems to be rolling along pretty well. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast for today, mostly sunny and warm, high temperatures topping out in the upper 70s. It's mainly clear tonight as lows dip back into the mid-50s. A heads up, more storms expected on Friday, a weaker round potentially in the late morning and early afternoon, and then we'll be on the lookout for some strong and potentially severe storms during the evening. Highs in the low 70s. It's mostly sunny for Saturday, highs in the upper 60s at the lakefront, low 70s farther inland, but then rain likely for Sunday. Mostly cloudy and breezy with a high of 65 and more showers in the picture for Memorial Day. Highs in the mid-60s. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee at 57 degrees.
It's time to recognize and honor an everyday hero. Everyday hero is when we here at Wisconsin's Morning News celebrate an average John or Jane Doe who had no idea that one morning when they got up that they would be saving a life. Everyday Hero, sponsored by Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living, transforming the culture of care, Azura Memory Care. So today, Vince, we head to Cleveland, Ohio. John Stigovich, he could have kept driving. He could have just called 911, but he didn't. He saw a house fire and he stopped his car.
He had to save the baby. That's how it was going to be.
All right, so let's back up here. Here's what happened. He sees this house fire. He stops his car, gets out. He sees mom in the front yard with a baby girl. The baby's twin still in the house.
No. Mother was sitting on the tree lawn with her one baby, and I asked her if she was all right, and she said, my baby's still in the house. And I was thinking to myself, oh, my God.
Stigovich tells Fox 8 in Cleveland that he had to go in. Had to. He runs into the house. It's getting smoky. He can't find her. Cannot find the child. So he runs back out.
Came back out, asked her where the baby was. She told me next to the kitchen by the baby gate.
Okay, so next to the kitchen by the baby gate. Okay, got it. Like he has to go through this process.
This is not his house. He didn't know where he's going.
Yeah, and the house is blazing.
And it was getting so bad in there, I was getting ready to leave, actually, and the baby cried, or it made a sound. So I said, oh my, I'm thinking to myself, the baby's right here. So I just lurched forward. My arm went across his leg. I grabbed it by the leg, and we were both out.
Yes. Grabs the baby, runs out of the house with the child, who, this little girl, by the way, only suffered some smoke inhalation, light burns on her cheek, her arm, and her knee. Otherwise is okay. And this was an intense fire, by the way. By the time the fire crews got there, which was after this, 2 firefighters were hurt. A porch fell on them. And so one of the firefighters actually trapped. The chief is like, there's no way that kid would have survived without John Stigovich. He says there's no way. His reaction to the outpouring of love that's come for him now.
Everybody's just calling and saying how great of a job it was. But, I would do it for anybody. It doesn't matter. And I would hope somebody would do it for me. That baby gets to live today.
That's right. Because of you, John. John Stigovich, thank you for being an everyday hero. Everyday Hero, sponsored by Azura Memory Care.
The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here and ready to help. Anyone can call or text 988 or chat via 988wisconsin.org to get connected to a trained Lifeline counselor. Trained counselors are here to support anyone experiencing a suicidal, mental health, or substance use crisis. You can also contact 988 if you are concerned about someone. 988 is confidential and free to all Wisconsin residents. 988 24/7. Call, text, chat. Here to support you. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
Get ready to reach new heights when EAA AirVenture Oshkosh returns July 22nd through the 28th, one of our great Wisconsin traditions in the summertime. This is what they got this year. Witness breathtaking aerobatic air shows each day, explore family-friendly activities, and discover thousands of aircraft. And don't miss the night air shows. Yeah, they do that twice during the run every year. It's Wednesday night and Saturday night. Air show at night, super cool. Back to performing this year, the Canadian Forces Snowbirds. Experience the thrill of flight and make memories that will last a lifetime at EAA AirVenture Oshkosh. And they also want to thank Boeing because of the Boeing Company, youth ages 18 and under get in free. Get your tickets now at eaa.org/tickets.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Here's Erik Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
Green Bay Packers set to continue OTAs, organized team activities, today in Green Bay. Christian Watson, wide receiver entering his 3rd season with the Packers, tremendous talent, but dogged by injuries. Spent time not only rehabbing and working on his perpetually injured hamstrings, but also working to understand his body better.
I definitely feel like I'm at 100%, just in terms of what I'm able to do, on the football field right now. But, there's still a little bit of asymmetry there, and that's just something that I'm attacking, with the training staff in the weight room. But it's not enough, to hold me back from anything. Obviously, just got to continue to get that right so there's not any risks in the future.
At least he's got a plan now, right? He knows he's prone to this particular injury, so he got scienced up a bit. Apparently met with specialists at UW-Madison to see specifically why is this happening to me more often than a typical player.
What's wrong with me?
And what can I do to mitigate that risk? So he is working on that. If we can have that dude healthy for the bulk of the season, that would be pretty good. Packers wrap up after today and then resume OTAs once again next week, Tuesday. And the Brewers with a day off today on their 9-game road trip, finishing the series with Miami Wednesday night.
3-1. This is hit in the air down the right field line. Churio looking up. It is gone. Fastball down the middle at 94, and Jazz Chisholm Jr.'s hit his 7th home run of the season. It's a leadoff blast here in the bottom of the first, and the Marlins take a 1-0 lead.
And that's all I got.
And there's your score.
The story. Brewers just 4 hits on the night, no runs. They lost to the Marlins 1-0. Got a weekend series with the Red Sox in Boston. 6:10 will be the first pitch tomorrow night from Fenway Park right here on WTMJ.
From my family and myself, I would like to say thank you to Gruber Law Offices for taking such good care of us.
I would say thank you because you were so human and so much of a friend during the whole process.
I'm super grateful for them representing me and doing all that they did for me.
I would just say thank you for making me feel better.
That's why I'm here, to say thank you, thank you, thank you.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
I see it all the time. Cars driving around, doing their thing, and some not looking all that great. Hi, everybody. Debbie Loziga here for Hall Mazda, and I spend most of the day looking at the DOT cameras. I see cars, lots of them, and some, yeesh. Friends, you might want to think about looking at getting a new ride. And Hall Mazda in Brookfield has got all the best models for you, like the 2024 Mazda CX-5 with its top-of-the-line safety features right in its entry-level trim. Of course, you can bump up the features, but isn't it nice to know that Mazda's got your back with the best features and it's standard, like the lane keeping assist or the blind spot monitoring. It's like a little assistant watching your back when you're out and about. Honestly, I've been working with Hall for a while with my CX-30, and I've got to tell you, I'm super happy with what I got because I know I'm driving safer because it's helping me. So make your way over to Hall Mazda in Brookfield and check out their line of excellent vehicles. It's Hall Mazda, and it's Hall good.
Annex Wealth Management, investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning from a fee-only fiduciary. Forget commission sales pitches and financial products you don't need. Know the difference. Annex provides elite, comprehensive financial planning customized to who you are and what you need. AnnexWealth.com.
Not wearing your seatbelt could cost you a ticket or your life. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
From removing unwanted clutter or junk to full-service residential or commercial cleanouts, get a free same-day estimate at twomenandajuncktruck.com. Keep what you love, ditch what you don't.
Traffic is sponsored by 2 Men and a Junk Truck. Keep what you love, ditch what you don't, Debbie.
All right. Well, we've got some delays along westbound 94. Pretty typical stuff. 25th Street out to Mitchell Boulevard. The eastbound side, so far, so good. Nice and clear. Northbound 43 is slowing down north of North Avenue up towards Keefe. And westbound 894, what you're usually expecting at this point. We've got delays basically from 27th Street to 68th through that Loomis construction zone. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ 5-day forecast sponsored by Dave Dre Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. I'll take you through the Memorial Day weekend. Mostly sunny and warm today. High of 77 degrees. Clear skies tonight and a low down to 56. Friday, we bring in the chance for afternoon showers and storms, and then in the evening, showers and storms likely. Some of them could be on the strong side. Friday's high 71 degrees. Saturday looks perfect. Mostly sunny, 68 your high temp at the lake, 73 inland. Sunday, right now, looks like rain is likely. Mostly cloudy and breezy, high of 65. And for Memorial Day, Monday, chance of showers and high of 66. Right now, 57 in Milwaukee.
Interested to get Jen Latta's take on this. I like this. This makes me like a superstar even more. His name is Bryce Harper. Of course, Major League ball player, plays for the Phillies. Pretty remarkable player. So Bryce Harper asked a girl to prom for someone else.
Okay, glad you clarified there. As ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta joins us in the studio now.
Hi, Jen.
Hi, I'm a huge Bryce Harper fan. We've had him on game day. He's a big Ohio State fan, so when we have been in Columbus, he has been nice enough to be our guest picker on the show. He's got a great personality. He's just like really magnetic, and you can see that on the field with the success that he has. But this was kind of cool, and we asked on our show, like, who's the Wisconsin athlete that you could see doing this? And we said there's a matrix, right? There's like who you would want to do it, right? Like Giannis. But would Giannis do it? I don't know. He's very private, a little protective
Tough
of his
to get
space.
to, right?
Bobby Portis. Bobby is not as popular as Giannis, but he's close, and he's probably more accessible, and he's probably more willing to do it. So, like, who do you think like is the matrix of popular but also accessible that would do this in Wisconsin?
So wait, now tell me how this played out though. First, like, how did Bryce Harper ask a girl to prom for
Jake
some other kid?
Portello.
Jake, yeah.
He goes to Haddonfield Memorial High School.
Okay.
And he lives in a subdivision in New Jersey, and he knows where Bryce Harper lives. He lives in the same subdivision. So he just knocked on the door and said, hey, would you mind asking, my girlfriend to prom? And
for me.
Yeah, for me. And Harper said, okay.
Hi, Julia.
I'm going to prom.
How's it going? Jake wants to ask you to prom, so I thought I'd help him out. If you want to go to prom with him. So are you going to prom with him?
Yes.
Awesome. There you go.
And then she hugs him. And
she hugs Bryce Harper. Yeah, she hugs Bryce Harper. And then she's like, oh, you're still here? Oh, okay. I guess I'll hug you as well.
That's a great question. I'm trying to think of who would be the most charismatic and would have the most fun with it, too.
Jordan Love would do it in a second, sounds like. I mean, wasn't he out there fixing somebody's tire or something at the gas station? Whatever.
Yeah, but he was driving somewhere. It wasn't like in his house and the doorbell just rings.
I think absolutely that cat's doing it.
A.J. Dillon, obviously. Mr. Right. Wisconsin. I feel like
the mayor of Door County.
He's doing it. I think Christian Yelich would do it. I think if you could get a hold of Christian Yelich, now again, that goes back to the accessibility access of this matrix that we are creating. Yes. But if you could get Christian Yelich and you make a good plea to him, I think he'd be willing to go to a door and ask a young lady to prom for someone else. I did laugh about so now you're doing nothing. I suppose all the work that Jake, this young man, did was going to the house, which, by the way, congrats on the swanky neighborhood, Jake. If you're living in the same neighborhood as Bryce Harper.
Jake's doing okay.
I feel like your family's doing pretty well. So he asked Bryce, but then once he asked Bryce and Bryce said yes, then he was done asking, right? Then Bryce was responsible for all of the other things. Have prom proposals gotten a little out of control?
Yes. The pressure, honestly, and so many more young people. If you have kids who are of prom age recently, kids don't, or more seldom do they ask people to prom.
Sure.
Like they go in groups and whatever. And it used to be like if you didn't have a boyfriend, girlfriend, or somebody you were romantically interested in, you just took a friend. Right. Hey, Jen, you and I are friends. You didn't have a date. Let's go as friends. But everybody took a date. That doesn't happen as much anymore. I think one of the reasons is the pressure on you can't just ask somebody. You got to have a sign. You got to have a presentation.
Instagram.
You got to have a Major League Baseball player knocking on your door.
Box, Major League Baseball players, diamond earrings.
It's hard for young people.
It's getting intense.
My kid took a date and I asked him, so he set it all up and all that and went over to her house. I'm like, well, you're for sure, right? She's going to say yes. And he's like, well, yeah, I double checked on that. So he had already asked once and then had to do the double ask to make it, more special.
You have to go through back channels for that. That's what my kids were dealing with. It's you need to find out through her friends whether that's a yes before you go and do that.
Is that because we're so fearful of rejection that yes?
I think it's a little of that. In fairness, I think it's a little too of not wanting to put that other person in an awkward position, particularly if you're going to have a light up sign and do it in the cafeteria in front of everybody. You don't want to put her or him in that spot of I actually don't really want to go to prom with you.
Do you remember being asked?
To prom? Yes, eventually. I was not popular, so it wasn't like I was first or second or third or fourth or fifth or sixth. How much time do we have? Or seventh or eighth or ninth or 10th?
Come on.
But I eventually was asked to prom, yes. So I also always say this. My dad was a coach at the high school which, like any popularity I might have had from being, wonderful, just left because my dad was always there. Like,
yeah, right. Do you want to ask Coach's kid to prom?
No. All right, guys. See you later.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
Construction could begin next month on a new Delafield subdivision with 211 homes near Pewaukee Lake. Homebuilder Newman Companies recently bought the site, known as the Thomas property, that town and county officials for years have debated how to develop. An anime-themed restaurant called Cute Robot Japanese Kitchen will open this summer in Walker's Point. It will be in the space that previously housed the Noble on South 2nd Street and will serve westernized Japanese comfort food dishes like Japanese curry and omelet rice. A new Milwaukee real estate development firm is proposing to build 15 townhouse-style condos in the city's Park East corridor just east of Alderaan Coffee. The project would introduce some of the first new condos in the city's downtown in more than a decade. I'm Teddy Nykel with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Steve Scafidi for Universal Windows Direct. Spring is here and is only going to get hotter from here on out. Call my guys at Universal Windows Direct. Super spacer technology. What does that mean? Keeps the edge of the glass warmer, holds the window seal longer. Plus, Universal Windows Direct backs it up with a true 20-year warranty. Call today, 414-410-2000, 414-410-2000, and for every 2 windows you buy, you get 2 free, plus 0% financing for 60 months. Go to uwd.com. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Memorial Day honors the incredible sacrifices made by our brave Americans who served in the United States military. At Tabak Law, we honor these sacrifices year-round by ensuring veterans receive all of the benefits they are entitled to from the Department of Veterans Affairs. I'm attorney Jim Brzezinski at Tabak Law. If you were denied or feel that your disability claim has been incorrectly evaluated by the VA, let's discuss how Tabak Law can help you get the benefits you deserve. At Tabak Law, we fight for those who fought for us. Visit tabakattorneys.com.
It's Heiser's amazing sales event. With Mother's Day, Memorial Day, graduations, and more, there's a lot to celebrate this month. Whether you're giving a gift or treating yourself to a vehicle upgrade, our amazing team will help you choose the best option. And to make things even better, you'll receive our exclusive Safe and Sound program, which includes a multitude of benefits. See all offers and details at Heiser.com and let us amaze you today. At Heiser, today's your day.
See dealer for complete details.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. So get your summer started off right with amazing Memorial Day savings throughout the store. Right now, get a free $15 Blaine's gift card when you spend $75 on Purina Pro Plan dog or cat food. Pro Plan recipes are formulated using advanced nutrition to help your pets thrive. This Friday through Sunday, we're offering all veterans and active military an extra 10% off their entire purchase. And in honor of those who gave the ultimate sacrifice, Blaine's Farm and Fleet will be closed on Memorial Day.
Get your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval to buy at accunet.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. Breaking news as it happens. Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
7:01, I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News, Thursday, May 23rd. Our top story. A Milwaukee standoff ends finally with an arrest.
I'm Erik Bilstad. A deadly stage collapse.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, slowing down now on 94 westbound from 25th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Got the northbound side of 43 hitting the brakes too, right around North Avenue all the way up to Keith. Westbound 894, slow coming out of the Mitchell interchange all the way to 68th Street. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
High of 77 degrees under mostly sunny skies today and clear skies tonight with a low down to 56. Right now, Milwaukee temp at 60. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, Man finally in custody. It was an hours-long standoff on Capitol Drive in Milwaukee Wednesday.
The standoff centering around the building that contains Hyatt Pharmacy and Progressive Medical Group and closing Capitol at 54th for hours Wednesday afternoon. Medical assistant at Progressive, Janquil Allison, tells TMJ4 News she was at the front desk when an armed man ran inside.
He ran past the bathroom, his weapon fell. He picked his weapon up and proceeded to run down the hallway. At this time, I turned back around to go to my desk and sit down at my desk. The Milwaukee Police Department was at the door. And when I opened the door to let them in, they said they was chasing an armed robbery suspect and we all needed to come out.
Wyatt Barmore-Pooley, WTMJ News.
A hazmat situation at Milwaukee Police District 2. This is near 3rd and Lincoln on the city's south side. It remains under investigation this morning. Happened Wednesday night. The incident closing off portions of Lincoln near the headquarters while fire personnel worked the scene. WTMJ has reached out to MPD for more details as to what happened.
Decision, Wisconsin. Republican running for U.S. Senate, Erik Hovde, challenging the incumbent, Democratic Senator Tammy Baldwin, to a series of debates.
Hovde says Wisconsinites need to see the two candidates on stage together, but will it happen?
You know, at some point, I'll probably just have to have a debate with, a cardboard figure if she doesn't show up to a debate. So I'd love to get one organized.
I asked Hovde if the Trump endorsement is a double-edged sword.
Some people don't like his style. Look, he has a different style than me. Well, of course I'm supporting President Trump.
The election is now less than 7 months away. John Mercier, WTMJ News.
Recovery and cleanup efforts continue in Greenfield, Iowa, where a tornado estimated to be an EF3 ravaged the city on Tuesday, leaving at least 5 people dead. CBS's Tom Hansen's there.
There are piles of debris. People have begun to clean up from this catastrophic storm that just blew through the area. Trees stripped, buildings leveled. Essentially, this storm carved the city in half. It just carved a path right through the downtown area.
Meanwhile, in Wisconsin, the National Weather Service says there were 5 EF1 tornadoes that occurred in Clark and in Marathon counties, as well as Buffalo and Trumpelow counties.
At least 9 people dead after a stage collapsed due to a sudden gust of wind at a political rally in Mexico last night. CBS News correspondent Omar Villafranca.
With seemingly no warning, this campaign rally in the Mexican state of Nuevo León suddenly erupted into chaos. People run for their lives as the stage collapses around them from the power of heavy winds. Multiple social media videos showed the stage, its lights, and a large video screen crashing down towards the crowd. The strength of the gusts still visible, with the stage's covering flapping in the wind, as many in the crowd scream in terror.
Among the dead is said to be a child. At least 63 others were hurt.
Coming up, problems for the Miss USA.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:05.
This report sponsored by Pella of Wisconsin. Discover Pella now, pay later at PellaWI.com.
Jeff Levering and wife Ashley love their patio door from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It's so bright, it's so clear. I can see the kids outside playing, and it makes it comfortable for the life we live, which is an active one.
I love the roll screen. The fact that the screen is on the inside.
For the first time, our whole house actually feels like the same climate.
And no drafts. It's a game changer.
Hi, I'm Gina Della from Pella. And if you order today, you get 0% interest for up to 48 months. When it comes to replacing or upgrading your windows and doors, you want to be confident about your decisions. With Pella Design Works, you can see what your home could look like before you buy. Black frame windows or white, vinyl, wood, or fiberglass. Bring your vision to life and rest assured it's the perfect style for your home. Right now, get 0% interest-free financing for up to 48 months when you order by May 31st. Set your free in-home consultation at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. That's 5/31/2024.
With rampant inflation affecting so many families and businesses, this will save you money. WTMJ's John Mercier here every Thursday at the Mind Chef restaurant in Hartford. When you buy 1 pizza, you get 1 free. Buy 2 pizzas, get 2 free. Buy 10 pizzas, get 10 free pizzas. There's no limit. Coaches, bring in your soccer, baseball, softball, tennis, track team for free pizza. Your players will also love that world-class game room. It's super affordable, team bonding. Bring in pizza today for your dedicated employees and clients. They'll really appreciate you, and your second pizza is free. Order now, Pick up your pizza shortly or dine in. No cooking, no cleaning. Take a couple home for your family. Wherever you live, it's worth the drive for your free pizza today at the Mine Shaft in beautiful downtown Hartford and in Oshkosh. A reminder, the Mine Shaft just lowered their Friday fish fry to $4.99. That's crazy. $4.99. It's big food. It's big fun. It's the Mine Shaft. Visit mineshaftrestaurant.com.
He has more energy and sleeps better. And his wife told him he no longer snores. John's decision to come to Advent changed his life. We can help change your life, too.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:07.
Brewers in Boston for a weekend series. We'll look ahead in sports at 7:15.
The Madison Police Department is identifying a skeleton that was found in a chimney of a Madison music shop more than 3 decades ago. Detectives worked with the DNA Doe Project to solve the case.
The Dane County Chimney Doe is the 7th Wisconsin case cracked by the DNA Doe Project.
For a long time, our John and Jane Does, they don't have a way to speak, especially when they are that skeleton. And so we kind of can speak for them by really looking up at the DNA.
Gwen Knapp is one of the volunteers who worked on the case. She dove into the details on Wisconsin's Midday News and asked for your help for future cases.
You've taken an Ancestry DNA test or a 23andMe, that you upload it to the databases we can work in. And that really helps us find some closer relatives, find people who may be related to those open cases.
There are 4 open cases with Wisconsin connections. Jessica Ty, WTMJ News.
Summer coming up. Milwaukee County Parks set to reveal the final list of the pools that they will open this summer. Executive Director Guy Smith telling TMJ4 News all 30 of the county's wading pools and splash pads will certainly be open.
The good news is we've got a good number of lifeguards. We're just working on assigning those lifeguards, looking at finalizing those final locations.
Smith said the lifeguard roster staffing is up at least 10% from last year.
There's new trouble in pageant land.
It hasn't been a cakewalk for the new Miss USA.
I don't know if you've seen on social media, but since I've gotten this title, I've dealt with a lot of bullying and harassment, and it breaks my heart.
Miss Hawaii, Savannah Gankowitz, replaced the original title holder, Noelia Voigt, last week. While she was visiting Lahaina fire victims, Gankowitz vowed to soldier on.
Showing young women that you can get bullied and you can get hurt, but you stand back up and you keep going and you keep using your voice.
Noelia stepped down amid reports of a toxic atmosphere at the pageant organization. She was followed out the door by Miss Teen USA. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
So why are they bullying her? Because she took the job? Like they expected her to take a stand on whatever else was going on? Or
upset that I don't know. That's a good question. Social media confuses me a lot.
Turn it off. 7:10 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
We find the best way to protect and uphold the reputation of our business is to hire good people and then take care of them. We really do love the people that work for us, and we care about what's in their best interest. And what that means to you is this. Who do you really want on your job? Someone who's maybe underpaid or doesn't feel appreciated? Might not have paid vacations or great work benefits? Our folks have all of these things and more. Vito and I make sure they feel appreciated because happy people do happy work. There's a culture we're building here at Semper Fi that brings respect back to a very hard job. And that's why we know that our crews are going to do the kind of work that you expect. This is Brad Youngluth with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company. For your new roof, siding, window and door installation, or masonry work, you can count on Semper Fi to keep you safe, warm, and dry.
We keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
Your Memorial Day picnic is complete at Sendik's with your favorites from Kraft Foods. Oscar Mayer 10-count hot dogs are 2 packages for just $3, and 8-ounce Cool Whip topping is just 99 cents. Sendik's, your trusted local grocer.
Traffic sponsored by Sendik's Food Market, your trusted local grocer since 1926. Hey, Deb, we were talking about what Wisconsin athlete do you think, if you had one of these promposals, right? Who would do it for you? If you knocked on the door of this athlete or another and said, hey, can you help me propose or promposal?
You know what would be really cool would be J.J. Watt.
That was suggested.
That's the big one on the text line.
Yeah,
on the text line.
I would say probably him.
He'd totally do it. And also, he'd do it up. Yeah, what are we doing? What's the plan?
I love that we just assume that we're speaking for him.
Yeah, no, he's in.
I would love to see Giannis do it, but yeah, J.J. Watt would be more likely.
All right, go ahead.
All right, northbound 43, we are seeing delays from before North Avenue all the way up to about Keefe. So heads up with that. Southbound's actually looking pretty good. We're not seeing any delays that direction. Westbound 94, a little heavy, 25th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Westbound 894 out of the Mitchell interchange to about 68th Street with that Loomis construction zone. The rest of the area actually looking pretty good. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast for today, mostly sunny and warm. High temperatures topping out in the upper 70s. It's mainly clear tonight as lows dip back into the mid-50s. A heads up, more storms expected for our Friday. A weaker round potentially in the late morning and early afternoon, and then we'll be watching out for some stronger storms during the evening. Highs in the low 70s. Sunshine is back for Saturday. Highs in the upper 60s at the lakefront, low 70s farther inland. Rain looking likely on Sunday, mostly cloudy and breezy with a high of 65, and we'll hold on to some more showers right into Memorial Day. Highs in the mid-60s. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
Milwaukee at 60 degrees.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's Erik Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
At 7:13, a little bit more clarity this morning. Breaking news update, if you will, to a story that a lot of folks saw or maybe were directly affected by earlier this week. That massive police action in downtown Milwaukee looked scarier than it turned out to be.
There are police. Some of them have their long guns not drawn, but on their person. There's a lot of standing around, a lot of people trying to gauge what's going on as well.
Yeah, WTMJ's Adam Roberts there on the scene reporting earlier this week, Milwaukee and Wells Street, Tuesday late afternoon. Yeah, the U.S. Marshal Service, the FBI, swarm of Milwaukee police officers all converged on this parking structure. And when you see that, and Adam referenced the long guns, it makes people's minds go to bad places right away. Do we have a mass casualty event? Do we have an active shooter? What is happening? What is the
threat?
Exactly. So when I updated you on the story Wednesday, we still didn't have some answers from police on what this was about. We do now. This information, in the response that I got from my inquiry to NPD, they said officers were chasing a car that was wanted in connection with a murder investigation. The chase started at 27th and Lisbon, and officers lost sight of the vehicle and then ended the pursuit. That same vehicle then later in the afternoon turned up, was spotted near Milwaukee and Wells, where this all came together. So they sent the cavalry, and it came to a head at that parking garage. Here's why. Car was stolen. They believed 3 people were inside. 3 teenagers were arrested, and they recovered several guns. So you're dealing with the murder suspect, right? Multiple people in the vehicle. Right. Yep. You expect them to be armed and all of that, so that's why you have that response. What murder are we talking about? Murder investigation, right? NPD said it was a homicide from May 5th at 56th and North. So going back over to what we reported at that time, that's the Taco Bell one.
Right.
Stanley Smith Jr. gunned down in the parking lot of the Taco Bell. That's right kind of on the edge of Wauwatosa. Wauwatosa starts at 60th Street in that part of the area and far west side of the city of Milwaukee on a Sunday afternoon earlier this month. That's when that played out. So this is connected to that. And multiple suspects arrested, and NPD saying they recovered guns as well. Charges pending on those 3. 7:15, sports up next.
The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here and ready to help. Anyone can call or text 988 or chat via 988wisconsin.org to get connected to a trained Lifeline counselor. Trained counselors are here to support anyone experiencing a suicidal, mental health, or substance use crisis. You can also contact 988 if you are concerned about someone. 988 is confidential and free to all Wisconsin residents. 988 24/7. Call, text, chat. Here to support you. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
Time to get these folks out to your house. Vince Vitrano for your comfort guys. Absolute Comfort HVAC and Electrical. Nicole and Brent, family-owned business, good people, and they are booking appointments right now for your spring air conditioner tune-up. Just had him out last week at the house. Brent's son, Drew, he was there for like an hour. It was a very thorough visit. He cleaned out all the coils in my AC unit. The exterior unit was filthy. Had leaves and dust and dirt all up in there. So not only are you sending the debris from that maybe right into your house, but also it was covering up some of the intake. So my air conditioner had to work a lot harder to cool the house. That's all cleaned out now. He checked all the vents inside. He was messing around with the thermostat, everything. Cleaned out, cleaned up, running better than it has in years. I've stopped waiting for things to break in my life before I get them properly serviced. Isn't it time we kind of get better at that? Book an appointment now online. You can do that with them. Absolute Comfort, HVAC and electrical. Tell them Vinny sent you. Here's the phone number if you want to give them a call, 262-664-9284. And the website is Your Comfort Guys. That's yourcomfortguys.com.
Eager to remodel your kitchen, bath, or rec room? This is Rob Adair, and we're ready with a personal redesign for you. Adair Floors and Remodeling in Franklin. Give us a call and get personal care from Adair. 761-3660. AdairFloors.com.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Here's Erik Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
The Brewers' long roadie continues this weekend as they head to Boston to face the Red Sox.
Look who's got Smart Pack.
You just wanted to play that.
Yeah, I did. Got to sweep the Sox if the Brewers want to come out ahead for this 9-game road trip, because the pitchers' duel in Miami Wednesday night did not go our way.
And that is a sharply hit ground ball to short. Anderson plays it on a couple of hops, runs to the bag at second, retires Contreras. And the Marlins have shut out the Brewers tonight, 1-0 your final. Marlins take the series 2-1 as well.
Jesus Luzardo was on the hill for the Marlins. He went 8 innings against the Crew. Don't see a lot of guys go 8.
Just a gem.
Yeah, manager Pat Murphy said, yeah, that kid had a good night.
You know, we couldn't come up with a big hit at the big time, but again, credit their guy. He was really, really good. I'm not going to be disappointed in our guys if a great pitching beats good hitting. That's just the way it is. And that kid was great tonight.
And Brewers open the weekend series then with Boston. Friday night's first pitch from Fenway Park at 6:10 our time. And the Green Bay Packers will go back at it again today for their organized team activities, these optional workouts that most players understand you pretty much got to be at. New guys at 1265 Lombardi Avenue. Talked a lot about the draft picks, but remember, the Packers picked up free agent safety Xavier McKinney in the offseason, and he likes what he's seeing around him.
I think the talent level in our room is out of this roof. And it's going to be fun to play with these guys because everybody's smart, so we all working off of each other, and we're able to build off of each other and compete with each other, make each other better.
I don't know what's going on over there. He said out of the roof. I think he meant through the roof or out of this world. One or the other. We're sort of mixing our metaphors. And you got another one here. Love this from cornerback Keyshawn Nixon talking about McKinney.
I call him the Terminator. He wear an ugly helmet I don't really like for real. And he got dreads half side of his head. But Extra, he's a good leader. I feel comfortable being like him behind me.
So you pointed out he's probably
that's not the Terminator. That's Predator.
The dreads coming out of the helmet, right?
Predator with the ugly helmet and the.
Yeah. Well, either way, guys, whatever. Just have a nasty defense. I like that.
Just tear people apart.
Have a defense that is feared, and they are building that in Green Bay. OTAs continue next week after today's workout.
The biggest names in the basketball world.
Dame Dollar Lillard.
Having fun and honest conversations.
He puts it in the shoe, right? And sets the tone for brothers and sisters and family.
Every week, Thanasis Adetokounmpo sits down with special guests on Thanalysis Show. Presented by Potawatomi Casino Hotel and curbless, ready-to-drink cocktails.
Fantastic.
Find Thanalysis Show on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts. And on YouTube by searching Thanalysis Show.
Erik Bilstad here from WTMJ. Are you one of those who used to go on the long hikes, but you stopped doing that because the knees would start to bark or you just feel it in your ankles? So then it was maybe just a walk around the block, maybe a walk with the dog, and then now that even is starting to bug you and you're almost dreading having to go outside to do any exercising because you don't like how you feel afterward, and you definitely don't want any surgery on any achy joints. Well, that's where QC Kinetics comes in. You need to call QC Kinetics, especially before you agree to any surgery or any steroids or any harmful medications. So many people are doing this, so can you. And here's the best part. QC Kinetics is here locally, so you can even just call them, get a consultation at one of their spots. They got one in office in Mequon, they got another one in Greenfield, and you can learn whether or not QC Kinetics can work for you. Lasting relief, no downtime. Call QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. Call QC Kinetics today.
Come visit, learn, and discover at the recently opened Food and Farm Exploration Center near Stevens Point in Plover, Wisconsin. The 50,000 square foot Science and Technology Center is a place to take the entire family. Experience over 60 interactive exhibits, a children's play area, demonstration farm fields, and home to the world's largest potato masher. The Food and Farm Exploration Center is a place for connecting with food and those who grow it. Just a short drive from Milwaukee. Plan your visit today at explorefoodandfarm.org.
Traffic is sponsored by Two Men in a Junk Truck. Keep what you love, ditch what you don't. Debbie.
All right, northbound 43 backing up from Fond du Lac Avenue all the way up towards Capitol Drive. Southbound side's tightening up just a little bit right past Capitol. Westbound 94 looking a little bit slow from about 16th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound has some pockets of heavy traffic as well coming in from 84th Street through the Stadium interchange. 894 westbound continues kind of heavy out of the Mitchell all the way to 68 through the construction zone. While you're out navigating the roads as quickly and safely as possible, if you see something we should know about, call the WTMJ Hall Mazda traffic tip line at 414-238-9329. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
WTMJ forecast, sunny and warm today. Should be a gorgeous Thursday, a high of 77. Tonight, clear, a low of 56. Friday, cloudy. There is a chance for some showers or storms tomorrow afternoon and evening. In fact, could see some strong stuff tomorrow evening, a high of 71. Saturday, sunny, high of 73. Sunday, rain likely and a high of 65. Memorial Day looks like rain and a high of 66. Right now, in Milwaukee, it's 7:23.
Bicycle, bicycle, bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle, bicycle, bicycle. I want to
7:23 on this Thursday morning. Feels like a Friday.
It does a little bit.
Well, it feels like Friday to you. You're out tomorrow. Right?
Yeah, I'm flying to Seattle to see my...
Catching a flight.
My brother's turning 50, so want to celebrate the big 5-0 with him.
Oh, yeah? Now, does he like his birthday, or are you going to embarrass him like you embarrassed me?
He's inviting a bunch of people out, so
I guess
he must
knows
like
it's
it
his
a little
birthday.
bit.
All right, good.
If you've noticed, there's been a few more law enforcement agencies across the country now warning against senior high schoolers from playing assassin or paranoia, or in some cases they call it Fortnite even. And this is where you have the water guns. Kids are running around. Usually there's a purse involved where so much money's involved, and the kids try to shoot each other with water guns. And
yeah, they typically create teams. Some schools, I think they use Nerf or whatever.
Yep,
but right, your team of how many goes up against other teams, and then you try to shoot the other person. And once that person is hit with the squirt gun or with the Nerf gun or whatever, they're out.
I'm just surprised it ever lasts that long. When I was in high school, my attention span wasn't going to last that long. In fact, I have a niece who's a senior, and she said after a couple of weeks she got bored with it. I think some kid paid her off.
Here's $10,
and she was done, and she didn't even know if it was even over yet. In fact, I don't think it is. I think it's still happening.
My kid said the Greendale one is fizzled.
Yeah,
it may still be going on, but their attention, like that first week or 2 weeks, like, oh yeah, this is happening, and they're all following on Instagram where everything is documented and the kills are recorded.
So I got a buddy of mine who's got a son who's a senior, and their game is still being played. Enough that it's making some issues now for like family stuff.
Well, so that is a problem. We talked about it. Law enforcement doesn't like it because you've got kids chasing each other, and a neighbor has the windows open, and you hear like, "I'm going to shoot you" or whatever, and kids are dressed in like military type clothes, and it freaks out law enforcement.
Well, in this case, so my buddy, the dad, his parents were in town, so grandma and grandpa are in town, and he tells his son, "Hey, we're going to go. We're going to go out to eat." And this is like just last week, and his son goes, "No, I don't want to go because the game, and someone's going to see me there, and whatever, yada, yada." And he's like, "Hey, no, Grandma and Grandpa are here. We're going out. Yes. I'm not going to get into this." So they go out to eat.
So he didn't want to go out with the family for fear of being spotted in public and being targeted.
Yes. So they go out to eat, and as soon as they walk in the door, my buddy says two girls sitting at a table look up and see his son, and they immediately start texting. And his son's like, "See? Dad, they're narking on me."
No, they're not. Yeah, no, they're not.
So they sit down, and his son is so agitated by this and so distracted by it with Grandma and Grandpa there that my buddy caved, said, "Fine, here, take Grandpa's car, and you can drive away if you need to." So kid drives off in Grandma and Grandpa's car while they're eating dinner, and sure enough, 10 minutes later, he says two high schoolers walk in, start casing the joint. They got little water guns, and they're checking out the restaurant. Just kind of looking around. Just scanning, seeing if they could spot
like
his
with their
son.
giant super soakers?
Yes, their guns.
Like they're
just
carrying a
looking.
long gun?
Yeah.
In the restaurant?
Pushing down menus. No.
Right. Looking under tables. No, but they came to, they were casing the joint.
Scanned the restaurant because these girls had texted saying, hey, he's here. So luckily, I guess he got away for another day.
See, there are supposed to be rules against something, and some schools, they all do it differently, but the rules are published of what areas are off limits or what areas aren't.
Well, my guess is if they would have spotted them, they'd have been like, okay, see you when you get outside.
Yep, we'll just be right here.
Yeah, here in the parking lot.
Go ahead. Enjoy your quesadillas, whatever you got there. News about your money this morning. WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped a little over 200 points in trading on Wednesday, closed at 39,671. The NASDAQ was off 31 points to 16,802, and the S&P 500 finished at 5307. That was down about 14 points. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite, financial planning at every level. Details at annexwealth.com. Welcome to The Knowledge Brokers, weekly feature covering the dynamics of the insurance market and how it affects Wisconsin businesses and folks who live here. Sponsored by the original Knowledge Broker, R&R Insurance. Joining us today, Jeff Salasinski, Vice President of Insurance Operations. Jeff, you've talked about some recurring themes over time as our partner here at Good Karma Brands. How complex the insurance market is right now and all the disruption in today's insurance business. And I've heard you say over this time, turbulent times call for a flight to quality. What does that mean?
Hi, Vince. Thanks. Great to be here again. During times like the current cycle we're experiencing in the insurance industry, we see consumers paying close attention to who they're doing business with. They want strong, knowledgeable business advisors and partners. They want an assurance that that partner is going to be around tomorrow and into the future. They want stability in the face of uncertainty. Agent and broker M&A has changed the local and national landscape. And insurance companies, particularly here in the Midwest, many of them close to home, have had their earnings and financial strength negatively impacted.
Yeah, I'm hearing you say who you choose to work with is important. Their capabilities important, especially when uncertainty presents itself. You got to have a strong partner that's going to be exclusively focused on you or your business.
Here's why it's important. We've talked about this before. The world's a risky place right now. Inflation looks to be not so transitory. Cybercrime's at an all-time high, and there's plenty of economic uncertainty. Staying informed and adaptable is critical. A flight to quality during uncertain times is common. R&R Insurance is that quality partner for thousands of businesses and families in Wisconsin. We're strong, steadfast, and offering incredible insights and resources to help everyone navigate through these difficult times and make a data-driven decision, adding clarity to complexity for almost 50 years.
That's Jeff from R&R Insurance. Thanks for the great info, Jeff. Coming up on 7:30, I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News for Thursday, May 23rd. Our top story, Milwaukee police finally end a standoff.
I'm Erik Bilstad, pumping the brakes on expanding Nissan EVs.
I'm Debbie Loziga, southbound on 41, backing up a bit from before Hampton Avenue down past Capitol Drive. About the same thing is true for 43 southbound from Hampton down to Capitol. Northbound is backing up from Fond du Lac Avenue up to about Keefe. Westbound 94, heavy out of the Marquette interchange all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Mostly sunny skies today and a high of 77 degrees. Skies remaining mainly clear tonight and a low of 56. Looking ahead to Friday, though, we once again will have some evening showers and storms likely, and some of those could be on the strong side for Friday. 60 degrees right now.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. More than 53,000 planes are expected to be taking off today, many of them carrying Memorial Day travelers. 44 million Americans are expected to travel at least 50 miles from home between today and Tuesday. TSA Administrator David Pekoski says they're ready.
We'll see several over 3 million passenger days across the entire 430 airports that are in the United States. That's a pretty big increase from last year. And last year was a really big increase from the year before. So record volumes without question.
Yeah, the roads and the highways will be even more crowded. The weather could be a factor for some travelers. 5 people were killed in those twisters that tore through Iowa this week. That storm system headed now into the Northeast. The presidents of Rutgers and Northwestern universities, the latest leaders to be summoned to testify before House members about pro-Palestinian protests on their campuses. Justice Department filing a lawsuit against Ticketmaster parent company Live Nation, saying it holds a monopoly on ticket selling. This is ABC News.
Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:31.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, National Weather Service now confirming 6 tornadoes actually touched down in Wisconsin on Tuesday during that severe weather outbreak. 5 of them were at EF1 strength, including one in Kaukauna in the Fox Valley there. Left about 50 people without a place to live, and one in Marathon County, village of Unity, that had wind speeds recorded at 105 miles an hour. 10 twisters have touched down in Wisconsin so far in 2024. Your complete WTMJ 5-day forecast coming up in 8 minutes.
A police standoff at the pharmacy shut down 54th and Capitol Drive Wednesday afternoon. Now 1 person in custody because of it. Milwaukee police say it was due to a tactical situation in that building. Contained both Hyatt Pharmacy and Progressive Medical Group. Officers telling employees that they were chasing an armed robbery suspect who ran into that building with a gun. After several hours, the man taken into custody.
1 car slammed into another on the freeway during rush hour traffic, rolled over, throwing 2 people out onto the roadway. Milwaukee County Sheriff's deputies say it appears to be an act of reckless driving. Just about 4 o'clock Wednesday, northbound I-94, north of National Avenue. Deputies did identify one of the suspects. There were no reported injuries from the vehicle that was hit.
Sunny summer days see dozens of boats traveling up and down the Milwaukee River, but during the Republican National Convention in July, you might see a much emptier river. RNC Secret Service Coordinator Audrey Gibson-Gincino.
The Secret Service has determined that the Milwaukee River will likely fall within our security zone.
That means it'll likely be closed from Clybourne through Pleasant Street during the week of that convention, with the U.S. Coast Guard working to secure the waters around the city.
Nissan is putting the brakes on expanding its electric vehicle lineup. Brian Moody, senior editor for Auto Trader, said consumers have what he's calling battery charge time anxiety. And there's worry about resale value as well.
And that's probably going to cover the first 2, maybe even the first 3 owners. The question is, what about after that? Hey, this car, the battery has been charged nicely. It's been treated well. You have 10 more years of life left in it. Without that, the resale value is not going to be great once they're outside of warranty.
Moody says in Wisconsin, car buyers seem more interested in hybrids.
Coming up, how much does that bridesmaid dress cost?
Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 7:34. Traffic is sponsored by 2 Men and a Junk Truck. Keep what you love, ditch what you don't.
From removing unwanted clutter or junk to full-service residential or commercial cleanouts, get a free same-day estimate at 2menandajuncktruck.com. Keep what you love, ditch what you don't.
News is sponsored by Griffin Ford, Griffin Chevy on Metro Auto Mall, and Griffin's Hub Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
$1. In today's world, it doesn't go far, unless you're spending it at Griffin. Because for just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. Buy one or a whole set. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand, we'll put you in new tires for just $1 over our cost, with free tire repair and lifetime rotation. That's right, $1 over cost, and we'll even show you the invoice to prove it. So what's the catch? There really is no catch. You don't have to buy a car or truck from us. We'd like to sell you one, though. Our only requirements is we put them on for you. You buy 1, 2, or the whole set. The dollar deal from Griffin at Griffin. Available at Griffin Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram, 27th Street and Jefferson. Griffin Chevy in the Auto Mall. Griffin Ford, Waukesha, and Fort Atkinson. 5 ways to make your dollar grow further. Griffin, the buck stops here, but the deals on tires don't. $1 over cost, that's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
Gene Miller here. Springtime. Better start thinking about those home improvement projects. Now's the time to call my friends at Hometown Windows and Doors. Update your home's curb appeal and build equity with energy-efficient replacement windows and doors from brands like Pella, Anderson, Marvin, and more. Hometown can also customize your project. They're your local source for wood, vinyl, or fiberglass windows and doors. Stop into their newly remodeled showroom in New Berlin to see the Hometown difference. That's Hometown with an E for your every window and door need. HometownWindows.com.
Grab tickets to any Brewers game now. Next up, it's a can't-miss homestand against the Cubs and the White Sox the week of May 27th through June 2nd. Open up a new chapter of the I-94 rivalry May 27th through the 30th as the Brewers take on the Cubs. Then join Happy Days theme night for a Bronze Fonz bobblehead at the game on Friday, May 31st. Get in on a big week of Brewers action now at brewers.com/tickets.
Siding Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 7:36.
Brewers Senior Vice President and General Manager Matt Arnold, our guest on Brewers 360 at 7:45.
You ever been part of a wedding party?
Yes.
And sometimes you got to pay.
It's been a minute, but yeah.
Sometimes you got to pay for a tux.
Sure.
Maybe a couple of gifts or whatnot for different people.
Generally easier for dudes, I think, or less expensive anyway,
yeah.
right?
As we head into
and
this
less pressure.
Wedding season now, this summer wedding season, more and more friends of the bride are reporting higher costs of being part of the party.
According to The Knot, the average cost to be a bridesmaid is now about $2,000, including $1,300 for the bachelorette party, $250 for wedding and shower gifts, another $250 for hair and makeup on the big day, and an average of $130 for the dress. Many bridesmaids are now putting that money on their credit card.
Okay, so I think I found the problem. The $1,300 for the bachelorette party.
We want to look at one of those line item expenses. Let's go there.
What are you doing, Debbie? Who are you hiring at these things?
That wasn't me, that's for darn sure.
Do you even remember what you did for your bachelor party?
Oh, sure.
You do?
We bust around the east side.
We kind of did a joint one. We were separate, and then we came together at the end at Lucille's. Remember that piano bar that we had?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we did that kind of thing. It was an ugly sweater party, too.
Did it cost $20,000?
Absolutely not.
That's hard, if you've been asked by someone who's important to you to be a part of this thing.
Especially when you're young in your career.
Right. Trying to come up with $2,000 just to participate. And then you got to go to the wedding, too.
Right, yes. Yeah, and you got to give a gift for that.
What's my gift, right? Maybe there's some travel involved in that as well.
Yes, you got to fly there. It's a destination wedding.
Right, you put yourself in the poorhouse before you even get started. 7:38, this news report brought to you by Steinhoffels. Visit them at steinhoffels.com.
Steinhoffel's biggest Memorial Day sale ever is happening now. Your chance to save big on hundreds of closeouts and amazing bonus buys. Take an extra $100 off of your furniture purchase of $19.99 or more. Spend $29.99 and get a free solo stove. Make it easier with budget-friendly monthly payments when you use Steinhoffel's 36-month 0% financing. The biggest Memorial Day sale ever, only at Steinhoffels and steinhoffels.com.
There is more than one way to fill a pothole, and your paving company should offer all the right solutions. Vince Vitrano for Johnson & Sons Paving. They actually use 3 different methods of pothole repair when they're out there on your property. This is the team you want to visit your place in spring. Your project manager, you get a personal project manager for your whole deal, and this person oversees everything that happens. They'll get out there, they examine what type of surface you have, how big are these holes and cracks, what's the best method to deliver long-term results and within your budget. Maybe it's time to repave the whole thing. And if you book a parking lot paving project by the end of May with Johnson & Sons Paving, you'll be entered to win the Vinny Visit. Got the Johnson & Sons team will put me to work on your job site, and I will give you everything I've got. You go to WTMJ.com/contest for entry details. Asphalt and concrete, plenty of Johnsons over there. No subcontractors, except for me this one time. JohnsonandSonsPaving.com.
St. Vincent de Paul at 76th and Bradley Road is having our grand opening celebration this Father's Day weekend, June 13th through the 15th. Doors open at 9 a.m. and everything's on sale, 20% off. There'll be some great food trucks, cool giveaways, and it's a great chance for thrifters to see a whole new store's worth of inventory and bargains. 76th and Bradley in Milwaukee. Don't miss our grand opening sale, June 13th through the 15th.
Ooh, you're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
This message is for the person who always gets asked to make the plans, the person others always go to for restaurant recommendations. Next time, you're the one expected to plan the next team outing or girls' night out. Let Milwaukee or Chicago Food and City Tours make those plans for you. Don't worry, you can still take the credit, but we'll handle the planning and make sure that everyone, including you, has a delicious time. You set the date, we'll handle the rest at MilwaukeeFoodTours.com or ChicagoFoodTours.com.
Checking in with Debbie here at 20 to 8.
All right, well, we've got a broken down vehicle on 94 westbound, right about at the 35th Street off-ramp. Just something to keep in mind. It is going to be slow out of the Marquette all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Eastbound slowing down from just before 84th Street through to about 35th. We've also got a crash on northbound on the Rock Freeway, basically on the ramp from 45 or Highway 100. It's off on the right shoulder, but something to keep in mind. Starting to see a little bit of bunching through that area. Westbound 894 slowing out of the Mitchell interchange to 68th Street. And northbound 4394 slowing around the Plainfield curve up past Oklahoma Avenue. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast for today, mostly sunny and warm, high temperatures in the upper 70s. It's mainly clear tonight as lows dip back into the mid-50s. A heads up, storms back in the picture on Friday, a weaker round during the late morning, early afternoon, and then a stronger round possible in the evening. Highs in the low 70s. Sunshine is back on Saturday, highs in the upper 60s to low 70s. We'll look for scattered showers on Sunday, mostly cloudy and breezy with a high of 65, and some more showers in the picture for Memorial Day, highs in the mid-60s. I'm meteorologist Brendan Johnson with the Storm Team forecast on WTMJ.
60 degrees in Milwaukee.
I'm ready for vacation, ready for a holiday. Why? Why? Because I need to get away. I need a vacation.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a terrible follow-up. Why? Who isn't?
And everyone is going to try to get away this weekend.
The travel rush is officially underway. The FAA expecting more than 53,000 planes in the sky today alone, the launch point for what the TSA says will likely be the busiest summer on record.
Isn't that amazing? Busiest summer on record. And we have 53,000 planes flying today. All hands on deck for the TSA. They say they're ready to roll. What's the tip for any traveler?
Go to bed early, get up early, and get here early. Beat the traffic, beat all the lines.
Mm-hmm. And what did AAA say? 800 million people will be traveling.
It was 40-plus million, wasn't
like 44
it?
million.
Just under 50.
Again, we'll have to.
It's the number they come up
with. I
with.
want to cross-reference that number next week to see how close.
Is somebody there with a clicker at every street corner? And how do you determine who's just on their way to the grocery store versus who's going to Illinois?
How do you know if I'm going 50 miles or
right.
longer?
I was just going to pick up brat buns.
Twice. I forgot some, so I
forgot
came
this.
back.
Right.
You counted me twice.
7:43. We got Brewers Senior Vice President and General Manager Matt Arnold next on Brewers 360.
Greg Matzik here for Holiday Automotive in Fond du Lac, where the 65th anniversary sale is on. Perfect timing to explore all that's new from Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC, score enticing offers, and get more for your trade. You'll be in great hands with Team Holiday. They've been delighting and making fans of drivers since 1959. Well, that's a lot of fans, and I'm one of them. Find yours and discover the difference at Holiday, Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC in Fond du Lac and at holidaygm.com. It's worth the trip.
Time for an update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. Here's Erik Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
Green Bay Packers continue their OTAs, organized team activities today in Green Bay. So they got one more today, and then they take the weekend off, and then they're back at it for a few practices next week as well. And the Milwaukee Brewers pitchers duel did not go our way in Miami. The Brewers lost to the Marlins 1-0 yesterday. They also dropped the series 2-1. Off to Boston next, where they'll play at Fenway Park starting Friday night. Brewers 360 is sponsored by Holiday Automotive.
I'm not Matt.
What up, Matt?
Hi, I'm Matt.
Brewers Senior Vice President and General Manager Matt Arnold on the line with us this morning. Hey, Matt.
Hey, guys. Good morning.
So the pitcher's duel, we debate once in a while. If you're a real fan, right, they say you love a good pitcher's duel. I mean, I don't like when it doesn't come out our way, but boy, manager Pat Murphy said of the kid on the hill yesterday, was it Jesus Luzardo from Miami? He was dealing, and sometimes you got to tip your cap.
No doubt. Yeah, he was outstanding, and so was Freddie. I mean, huge credit to what he did yesterday. And some days when the other guy has his great stuff, you just got to tip your hat and give the other guy a lot of credit. But it was a really good game and really well pitched by Freddie for sure.
So Matt, we have Joe Ross now going on the injured list. So it just seems, don't want to say snake bitten, but just a string of bad luck when it comes to some of these injuries.
Yeah, who drank Joe Boo's rum? Jeez. I mean, not fair.
No, it's tough. Again, we've had a lot of guys. I mean, Tobias Myers coming in, is going to be a big help for us. He's pitched in some big games for us and done a really good job. He did a nice job out of the bullpen the other day. And so, look, we're going to have a number of guys have to step up, and that's just kind of been our MO all season. And huge credit to all the guys that have done just that for us.
Boston Red Sox coming up this weekend then. So we get a day off here on this 9-game roadie and then out to Boston. Are you traveling? I know a lot of people like to make this trip.
I am. Yeah, we got in last night around 2:30 in the morning. So if I'm a little foggy, I apologize. But yeah, we got to the hotel around 2:30 in the morning. So, but no, all good here. We'll have an off day here. Everyone will get a chance to reset and get rocking with the Red Sox.
Do you fanboy over Fenway like some of us do? A lot of people, when they go to Fenway for the first time, they just can't get enough of the place.
No, not at all. To be honest, no. I frankly like the clubhouse is a little bit of a nightmare, and I think it's gotten better, but it's definitely the smallest in the major leagues, and not great. And so having been a part of a lot of games here, I was in the American League East for a long time. It's not my favorite place to play for sure, but certainly a lot of history there, and it is a really cool place to visit. Absolutely.
It occurs to me, too, Matt. I mean, you've got so many young guys on the team. A lot of guys are seeing these ballparks for the first time, and I just put myself in their shoes as being a kid who aspires to be a major leaguer one day, and now you're in the show, and you're walking in and playing at Fenway Park and these historic stadiums. It's got to be amazing for some of these kids.
It is, and you kind of forget about it sometimes because a lot of these guys, they've been in our organization a long time. We've known them a long time. Funny story, yesterday on the plane we were getting on, and Bradley Blaylock came over and thanked me for being on the plane, and it was just like, wow, like this is his first big league, charter. He'd never done that before, and I thought that was really nice of him and thoughtful.
Do they call you Mr. Arnold?
Like you said. He's just really thoughtful kid, and I thought it was really cool, for him to say something like that. But again, to your point, it's a lot of these guys are doing this for the first time, and it really is a neat experience.
So Craig Counsell and the Cubs come to American Family Field next week. How does that go? Is there like a welcome back sign, or is it not even really addressed that this guy is there? Or does he walk into the home clubhouse just to say hey to people, or quote unquote accidentally?
Yeah, look, I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do. I mean, Craig's a dear friend, and obviously a lot of people care about him here a lot. So certainly a lot of emotions, I think, that come with this type of series beyond just the normal Cubs series. But, at the end of the day, we have a job to do, and that's our job is to win baseball games, and we're going to try to do just that.
Ooh, you know what? Oftentimes when someone comes back, they get a little Jumbotron shot. So they can tip their cap. Sometimes there's a video. I don't know.
I wouldn't bank on that. I don't know. I don't want to tell you how to do your job, Matt, but I don't know how that would go over.
That's not my department, buddy.
Yeah, we got people for that.
I'll focus on other stuff here. Yeah.
All right. Well, have a great trip in Boston. Appreciate the time this morning, Matt.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Brewers Senior Vice President and General Manager Matt Arnold with us on Thursdays on Brewers 360. They're not making a video.
Maybe.
I do hope they put them up there.
Oh, they definitely will. They'll definitely put them up there.
Yeah.
Maybe a little a touch of snark.
Yeah, I hope so.
We got a good group up there in that little area. They do well at AmFam.
I mean, I'm not saying you got to egg the bus, but we ought to give them the business a little bit here, okay?
Show them the business? That's like,
I haven't had a muffin yet, Matt.
Here's to sweet summer days together with friends and family in Wisconsin. To discovering magic in every moment.
Hey, Mom, over here.
And to reconnecting through a world filled with wonder.
Wow.
Here's to supper club celebrations and dancing until the sun goes down. Here's to those who Wisconsin. Plan your summer getaway at travelwisconsin.com.
Accunet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
This is Brian Wickert, owner of Wisconsin's own Accunet Mortgage, with a tip for today's home shoppers. You already know inventory is low and both competition and home prices are high. That's probably why you should not go with your bank or your real estate agent's mortgage pal for your pre-approval. You see, the banks have lots of branches, fancy headquarters, vice presidents and assistant vice presidents, and the loan officers who get referrals from real estate agents, they're typically very highly paid. Who do you think pays for all that extra expense? Turns out it's you. High overhead and high compensation naturally translate into higher closing costs. At Accunet, our extreme efficiency and low overhead mean your closing costs are typically $1,000 to $3,000 lower than banks and other lenders for exactly the same rate. Don't light your hard-earned money on fire. Get started with your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval today by clicking on the blue button and put the money you'll save in closing costs towards something for your new home. That's ACCUNET.com.
Your Memorial Day picnic is complete at Sendik's with your favorites from Kraft Foods. Oscar Mayer 10-count hot dogs are 2 packages for just $3, and 8-ounce Cool Whip topping is just 99 cents. Sendik's, your trusted local grocer.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Traffic sponsored by Sendik's Food Market, your trusted local grocer since 1926. You think they boo council, Deb?
Yeah.
Yeah, there are going to be some boos.
Yeah, there's going to be boo birds.
There'll be some Cub fans in there, too, though, cheering them.
Yeah.
That's
right. I forgot. Those people.
Mm-hmm.
There might be some ways to do some good-natured teasing of him on the screen, right?
That's what I want.
Okay. That'll be interesting.
Or mean-natured is fine.
There's a little taste of meanness in there.
All right. Well, we have an accident northbound 43 right about at the ramp from Highway 100 onto the Rock Freeway. That is going to be off on the right shoulder, but definitely seeing delays all the way back towards the county line, so something to keep in mind. We've also got some delays westbound 94 coming out of the Marquette all the way to Mitchell Boulevard, and then more delays from the Zoo interchange crossing over into Waukesha County to about Elm Grove Road. Eastbound backing up from 84th Street through the Stadium interchange as well, and northbound 43 from the Marquette all the way up towards Keefe, a heavy ride there. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Your WTMJ 5-day forecast sponsored by Dave Drake Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. Mostly sunny and warm today, high of 77. Low down to 56 tonight under mainly clear skies. We do bring a chance for afternoon showers and storms tomorrow. And in the evening, showers and storms are likely. Some of them could be on the strong side. High of 71 degrees. For your Saturday, perfect. High 68 at the lake, 73 inland under mostly sunny skies. Sunday, they're saying rain likely. I got to get a hold of Niznansky, tell him to sharpen the pencil on that one. Can't have that. Not rain likely. Cloudy and breezy otherwise on Sunday with a high of 65. And for Memorial Day, a chance of showers and a high of 66. Right now, 60 in Milwaukee. At 7:53, worth pointing out for those of you who prefer to watch on the live stream, and you can do that anytime on the YouTubes or WTMJ.com, WTMJ mobile app. You just click the Watch Now button or text WATCH to 855-616-1620. We tasked Greg Pancake Hill, who produces the program, to come up with a new, so when we're in commercial break.
Yeah, some new features.
We want to let people know, we're here, but we'll be right back with the content.
Mm-hmm. So thank you, Greg. Nice work. It looks really nice.
Oh, I appreciate you.
I don't even know how to describe what we've done.
I think that's enough.
Leave it there.
It just looks really good.
For those of you who care, and we'll let you know. You'll click on that and see.
Mark Tauscher is out. He'll be back next week.
No, Pancake says he's back tomorrow.
Oh, he's back tomorroll? Oh,
are
fantastic.
You sure? Did you confirm that?
Yeah, he's back tomorrow.
Great. Where did I say he was? Istanbul?
He's not in Istanbul.
I said
Peru.
that, though.
He'll be on our air tomorrow.
Yes.
He's in Peru. Okay.
Yes. So, believe it or not, Vince, believe this, or maybe you won't.
I have a tendency to hope and believe the things that you say, since this is the news, right. At least to some degree.
So believe it that Summerfest is nearly here. June 20th is the start of the first weekend. Of course, it's 3 weekends. June 20th to the 22nd, 27th to 29th, and then July 4th to the 6th. So on Wednesday, Summerfest, they do this every year. They'll invite some different entities. I don't know. It's not just media. We were invited, but there's also some other groups there as well that get to take part in the vendor offerings. Some of the new
preview
vendors,
party. This is what we got coming up new, right?
Some of the new vendors are there. Some of the old
excitement.
vendors are there. Yeah, to build excitement, to have us talk about it, and also get to show some of the food that is offered. So Vince and I paid a visit. All right, so what are you guys serving here today?
We are serving cocktail-sized empanadas, Cuban and Argentine beef.
All right, if I had to choose one, what should I go with?
I would go with the Argentine. It's our most authentic.
Okay. Do you have a secret to the recipe or anything like that?
Yes, but I can't tell you what it is.
So what are we serving here?
This is Perky's Old Fashioned. This is my mom's recipe.
Is your mom Perky?
She is. Her nickname has been Perky since age 4. I had her on the back of the bottle, and it's our brandy Old Fashioned. It'll be in the amphitheater this year. We've been on the market for 2 years.
Where did you get the recipe from?
It's from my grandfather, actually, so it's been in the family for 60 years. Supposedly, he's like this mixologist. He always had martinis ready to pour in the fridge, and then he started playing around and did Old Fashions.
What's his nickname?
He didn't have one. Gilbert. That's why it's not Gilbert's.
We've been sampling everything, and there are a lot of new things and things we haven't heard of. So, Cousins, I've not heard of you. What do you make?
Cousins, we make sub sandwiches.
All right, very well, yes. Ooh, E. Remember I judged that brat contest, like the recipe contest for Johnsonville last year? This is the winner. Hey, Chef, we were a part, this is the brat that we picked last year, right?
Yes, this is the walking brat.
I picked this as the winner. This is my favorite. What do you think, E?
So we're getting a little bit of a hint of like hickory, maybe?
Out of all that, it was really tasty.
Oh, yes, it tastes good. It's a brat.
So our fried bologna sub is exclusive to Summerfest, so you can't get it anywhere else except for Summerfest this year.
How do you make a fried bologna?
Fried bologna, so it's literally fried bologna.
Well, that's a good start. Great question, E. Right,
Yeah.
Are we serious about the hickory?
Like a hint, maybe? A note?
It's got Fritos in it, that brat.
Well, that Fritos like around the side of it, too, that you could like put in there.
That's the walking brat from Johnsonville, and it's got Fritos, and it's wrapped in a tortilla. It has a little bit of a Southwest flavor to it as well.
Yeah,
that's
maybe
tasty.
That's the hickory that I'm picking up on.
Also, don't text me. I know what Cousins is. Like, can you lean into the joke a little bit? I would have thought he would know Cousins subs. He says he's from
It's headquartered here.
Talks about Wauwatosa. Grew up here. Born and raised here. He
You know,
doesn't know Cousins subs.
Who else was there also? Chef Dan, the chef who's part of Top Chef Wisconsin, which airs on Bravo.
Yeah,
on
you and
Wednesday
Sandy
nights.
talked to him a little bit.
Yeah, so we'll bring back some of that because Sandy always joins us on Thursdays during the 8 o'clock hour to take a recap of yesterday's show, which, by the way, had a meat raffle.
Outstanding.
In it. So you'll hear a little bit from Chef Dan. We'll get the recap from Sandy coming up.
These are your business headlines from the Milwaukee Business Journal.
A new Milwaukee real estate development firm is proposing to build 15 townhouse-style condos in the city's Park East corridor, just east of Alder on Coffee. The project would introduce some of the first new condos in the city's downtown in more than a decade. Construction could begin next month on a new Delafield subdivision with 211 homes near Pewaukee Lake. Homebuilder Newman Companies recently bought the land known as the Thomas property that town and county officials for years have debated how to develop. An anime-themed restaurant called Cute Robot Japanese Kitchen will open this summer in Walker's Point. It will be in the space that previously housed the Noble on South 2nd Street and will serve westernized Japanese comfort food dishes like Japanese curry and omelet rice. I'm Teddy Nykel with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
Vince Vitrano for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. I got Gina Della coming to the house next week because we want to do something, focus a lot on the windows. And I got a new patio door over last summer. This year we want to look at the front door. And Pella has a great design line of some beautiful front doors. I mean, that's one of the first things people see when they look at your house. The front door, right? They come through the front door. So we want to do better. That's bothered us since we moved into the house like 15 plus years ago. So we're going to finally start addressing that. I'm excited to see what we can come up with. And now's a great time to get the Pella design team in your home because you can pay 0% interest on your project for up to 48 months. That's right. You finance it out, pay it out over 4 years, and you pay no interest on it in that time. You have to make the deal before May 31st. So you get the Pella design team in your home. You can even see what your project is going to look like when it's all said and done through their virtual software. They'll get you pictures and have an idea of exactly how that's going to look before you go ahead with the install. 0% interest-free financing for up to 48 months if you order by May 31st. Certain restrictions do apply. Give them a call now. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Sick of being bullied by your bank with surprise fees, getting stuck on hold, and bankers who don't get you? Wintrust takes a different approach. Whether you need banking solutions, a new home, or help planning your financial future, Wintrust has local experts ready to lend a hand. Stop banking the same way and expecting different results, and start banking where you matter at wintrust.com/no-bully. Wintrust, different approach, better results. Banking products provided by Wintrust Financial Corp Banks. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, Wisconsin, it's construction season, and the Wisconsin DOT wants to help you safely navigate work zones in your area. Check 511wi.gov or download the free 511 app to see current road work, closures, detours, and camera views on your route. Wherever your travels take you, know before you go with 511wi.gov. That's 511wi.gov. And remember, know before you go. Always park the phone while driving. Sponsored by the Wisconsin DOT.
Are you tired of being tired? Go to adventknows.com.
The countdown to the Republican National Convention is on. Keep it tuned here for interviews, headlines, and everything you need to know for the RNC. It's Decision Wisconsin, only here on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
8:01. I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News for Thursday, May 23rd. Our top story: half a dozen tornadoes confirmed in Tuesday's severe weather.
I'm Erik. Bilstad. Britain spending the 4th of July at the polls.
I'm Debbie Loziga, northbound on the Rock Freeway. Remember, we got that accident just at the ramp from Highway 100 heading in towards the Hale interchange. So we got backups stretching back towards the county line. Speaking of the county line, we got backups heading out to the county line on westbound 94. First of all, out of the Marquette to Mitchell Boulevard, and then from the zoo to the county line. Eastbound 94, slowing from 76th Street all the way through to about 35th Street. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Mostly sunny and warm is your storm team forecast for today with a high of 77 degrees. Low down to 56 tonight under mainly clear skies. And right now in Milwaukee at 65 from the WTMJ Breaking News Center. National Weather Service has now confirmed it was 6 tornadoes that touched down in Wisconsin during Tuesday's severe weather outbreak. 5 of them were EF1 in strength, including the one in Kaukauna. It's the Fox Valley, where at least 50 people were out of their homes. One of the touchdowns in Marathon County, small village of Unity. Wind speeds of 105 miles an hour with that twister. It's 10 tornadoes that have now touched down in Wisconsin so far in 2024.
One man is in custody this morning after an hours-long standoff at the pharmacy on Capitol Drive.
The standoff centering around the building that contains Hyatt Pharmacy and Progressive Medical Group and closing Capitol at 54th for hours Wednesday afternoon. Medical assistant at Progressive, Janquil Allison, tells TMJ4 News she was at the front desk when an armed man ran inside.
He ran past the bathroom, his weapon fell, he picked his weapon up and proceeded to run down the hallway. At this time, I turned back around to go to my desk and sit down at my desk. The Milwaukee Police Department was at the door, and when I opened the door to let them in, they said they was chasing an armed robbery suspect, and we all needed to come out.
Wyatt Barmore-Pooley, WTMJ News.
Decision Wisconsin. The man who wants to be Wisconsin's next U.S. Senator acknowledges he may spend $20 million of his own money to get elected.
Is money too much of a factor in politics?
100%. It's disgusting. And the more you're in this race, you sit there and see how money just perverts things.
Erik Hovde has already loaned his campaign at least $8 million in an effort to defeat incumbent Tammy Baldwin. That number will continue to climb.
Look, I'm not going to get into the specifics of how much I'm making a big investment, but to think that I can self-fund this by myself, I've never said that.
The Hovde-Baldwin race could be the costliest U.S. Senate race in history. John Merkier, WTMJ News.
Sunny summer days see dozens of boats traveling up and down the Milwaukee River, but during the Republican National Convention in the middle of July, you might see a much emptier river. That's because the RNC Secret Service Coordinator plans to close portions of it. It'll likely be closed from Clybourne to Pleasant Street.
Voters in Britain go to the polls on the 4th of July this year.
It'll be a rare summer election right in the middle of Wimbledon and during the European Cup Soccer Championships. for the voters.
The July election is very different because I think it's the first time it's happened since the war.
I think people are more than ever before protest voting and just voting to get people out rather than to get people in.
The campaign just 6 weeks long. The ruling Conservatives stand a huge 21 points behind at the get-go. Tom Rivers, ABC News, London.
If you're flying into Washington, D.C. anytime soon, don't be surprised to see advertising for Milwaukee Mitchell International.
It's all part of a strategic marketing effort, according to Mitchell International's marketing director, Harold Mester.
Just reminding people to fly to Milwaukee if they're coming here for the Republican National Convention.
Similar advertising was purchased before the DNC 4 years ago.
We've been running ads in some other airports. We ran some ads inside the Tampa airport, inside the Phoenix airport during spring break. We're trying to market the airport on both ends to, again, get more people to fly into here so that we get more service from the airlines.
Greg Mansick, WTMJ News.
You know, a lot of those folks who were injured in that Singapore Airlines flight that hit severe turbulence, they're in rough shape. They could face lengthy recovery. CBS News correspondent Cammie McCormick.
One person died on that flight and dozens were injured. 20 remain in intensive care. More than 20 patients have spinal cord injuries and 6 have brain and skull injuries. Passengers say the plane descended sharply after hitting turbulence, slamming passengers into the overhead bins.
A flight from London to Singapore ended up being diverted to Thailand.
Coming up, chimney dough has been identified.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 8:06.
News is sponsored by BBC Lighting. Thousands of specialty light fixtures open Monday through Saturday.
Hi folks, this is Hank Albert, owner of BBC Lighting. With the weather getting warmer, our prices get even hotter. When you visit our showroom, you'll see all the finest brands of lights and ceiling fans. BBC is Wisconsin's largest supplier to new home builders, contractors, and designers. And we display all the famous brands such as Visual Comfort, Tech, Hubbard & Forge, and hundreds more. Our prices are the lowest. I guarantee it. There's something for everyone at BBC, including fun for the kids and our famous free popcorn. BBC is open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and on Saturday from 10 to 4. We are located at 20th and St. Paul Avenue, across from Sobelman's and Bachman Furniture, all near the Potawatomi Casino. Stay safe and healthy, my friends.
WTMJ's John Mercure here. The historic Fox & Hounds restaurant is hiring barbacks, expo, and food runners. The perfect summer job for high school and college students. You'll make great cash. Parents and grandparents, tell your kids. Inquire today, start next week. FoxandHoundsRestaurant.com.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:08.
Milwaukee County Park set to reveal the final list of pools that will be open this summer. Executive Director Guy Smith telling TMJ4 News all 30 of the county's wading pools and splash pads will for sure be open.
The good news is we've got a good number of lifeguards. We're just working on assigning those lifeguards, looking at finalizing those final locations.
Smith says hiring lifeguards for staffing is up 10% from last year.
The governor is calling on the Joint Finance Committee to release $15 million to help fund the Child Care Counts program. The program born out of the pandemic to help daycare providers. Jeff Purtle at DCFS says the wait is creating uncertainty.
It has some pretty significant impacts on how that's going to help affordability for working families. And if it remains frozen, it will just continue to sit in a state bank account.
Another $10 million is stuck with Joint Finance to cover costs of big events like the NFL Draft in Green Bay.
Police have now finally identified a skeleton found in the chimney of a Madison music shop more than 3 decades ago. Detectives worked with the DNA Doe Project to solve the case.
The Dane County Chimney Doe is the 7th Wisconsin case cracked by the DNA Doe Project.
For a long time, our John and Jane Does, they don't have a way to speak, especially when they are that skeleton. And so we kind of can speak for them by really looking at the DNA.
Gwen Knapp is one of the volunteers who worked on the case. She dove into the details on Wisconsin's Midday News and asked for your help for future cases.
You've taken an Ancestry DNA test or a 23andMe that you upload it to the databases we can work in. And that really helps us find some closer relatives, find people who may be related to those open cases.
There are 4 open cases with Wisconsin connections. Jessica Ty, WTMJ News.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time coming up on 8:10.
It's Heiser's amazing sales event. With Mother's Day, Memorial Day, graduations, and more, there's a lot to celebrate this month. Whether you're giving a gift or treating yourself to a vehicle upgrade, our amazing team will help you choose the best option. And to make things even better, you'll receive our exclusive Safe and Sound program, which includes a multitude of benefits. See all offers and details at Heiser.com and let us amaze you today. At Heiser, today's your day.
See dealer for complete details.
Rose Gray from Fox World Travel here to bring you exciting news. In partnership with Globus, Insight Vacations, and Avalon Waterways, our 2025 Fox Group Vacations collection is now available. Whether you want to explore Europe, Hawaii, Asia, or beyond, by land or river, our award-winning Fox Group Vacation experts have handcrafted exclusive experiences for people seeking to explore the world. Visit foxworldtravel.com or call 866-GO-FOX-GO. Join us and make memories to last a lifetime.
WTMJ's Erik Bilstad here with spring here and the warmer temps in the air. This is a great time to be doing all the fun outdoor stuff, right? Like the hiking, the biking, maybe going to the lake. But if your joints are flaring up, you may be having second thoughts maybe about hitting those 18 holes. Well, if you're tired of the achy joints, here's what you do. You call QC Kinetics. Do it before you agree to surgery or steroids or any other medication. It's what tens of thousands of patients are doing. Take Abby, for instance. Constant back pain. She had nonstop ice packs, steroids. It was exhausting for her, but thanks to QC Kinetics, Abby feels like a new person. No back pain thanks to QC Kinetics regenerative treatments. Call QC Kinetics. I'd love to be talking about your story next, your lasting relief with no downtime. Call QC Kinetics. Consultation is free. Hear about it now. 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. QC Kinetics.
From removing unwanted clutter or junk to full-service residential or commercial cleanouts, get a free same-day estimate at twomenandajuncktruck.com. Keep what you love, ditch what you don't.
Traffic is sponsored by Two Men and a Junk Truck. Keep what you love, ditch what you don't. Debbie Lazaga.
All righty. Well, we've got an accident on the Rock Freeway. It's on the ramp basically from Highway 100 onto the Rock Freeway. It looks like everything is off on the left shoulder, so that's going to be something to keep in mind. We've also got a crash now on northbound 41 right at Burleigh. The left shoulder is blocked as well, so just watch out for that. Delays coming up from, I would say just about Swan Boulevard all the way up to that point. Southbound on 43, backing up from before Hampton Avenue down past Keefe. Northbound's backed up from Fond du Lac to Keefe. Westbound 94, heavy ride out of the Marquette all the way to about Hawley Road, back on the brakes out of the Zoo interchange towards the county line. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
High of 77 degrees under mostly sunny skies today. Mainly clear tonight. Nice night. Low down to 56. Right now, Milwaukee at 65.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee, this is Wisconsin's Morning News. Here's Erik Bilstad and Vince Vitrano.
And streaming live anytime on the YouTubes, WTMJ.com, WTMJ mobile app. Click the Watch Now button or text WATCH to 855-616-1620. We'll bring you inside the studio. And everything that we do is posted on our podcast page as well, wherever you get your podcasts. So if you missed anything, if you missed the first couple hours of the show, you missed a lot.
A lot of good stuff.
A lot of good stuff. I don't want to tell you everything, but missed some good stuff today. The new season of Bravo's Top Chef on TV now. It's, of course, happening right here in Wisconsin.
I'm Kristen Kish, and this season, we're shaking things up.
We're in Wisconsin. So what do you think we're going to see this year?
You know, going into Wisconsin, going to Milwaukee, there's going to be cheese, there's going to be bratwurst.
I need dairy.
And beer.
And a lot of beer.
Episode 10 airing Wednesday night, featuring the Wisconsin traditions of a meat raffle and a classic fish boil on the shores of Lake Michigan. Aired just hours after our local chef testant, Dan Jacobs, was holding court at the Summerfest preview party.
Yeah, we saw him.
By far most popular guy at the event.
I'd say so. He was the only one that got to speak, too, at the podium. You didn't see any other vendors up there.
WTMJ's Sandy Max talked with Chef Dan and attended that local watch party as well Wednesday night, live with us in studio. Morning, Sandy.
Good morning. I got the tippy toe dance when I saw Chef Dan at the Summerfest preview party last night because I did not expect to see him there. And I feel like I know him now after watching. Last night was the 10th of 14 episodes of Top Chef Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I feel like it's flown by. There are 4 more episodes or 3 more episodes, 14 episodes total. But it is funny, when you see somebody, you're like, I know him. Oh my God. And I'm grabbing Erik by the elbow. I'm like, it's Chef Dan. It's Chef Dan. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're a journalist. Calm down. But he was very nice, and it was cool to get to talk with him. And it is a milestone for Dan, a restaurant that's been really highly regarded for 8 years now in our city. They're now going to be part of Summerfest for the very first time.
Well, let's go ahead and start with your conversation with him.
And then get to Top Chef. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting to me because born and raised here, Milwaukee doesn't have a lot of celebrities, right? Like real legit
we
celebrities.
Yearn for them.
Yeah, so this guy has got to be the hottest thing going right now in the city.
And the celebrities we do have are elite. The Giannis's, the Ukes, who are the best at what they do.
Right.
So here's another person who's the best
Indeed.
at what they do.
Yes. So what did you talk with Dan about? You talked to him a little bit about Summerfest, how he's a part of the event?
Yeah, and this is a big deal for him, being at Summerfest for the first time.
This is our first year in Summerfest. We're thrilled to be part of the Summerfest lineup of chefs and restaurants. We're going to be on the north end across from the U-Line stage. We'll have about 6 items there on the Dan menu. Just want to have a good time with it. And we're real excited to have our first opportunity in Summerfest.
I think that's interesting, Sandy, because for folks who might want to go out there and get a reservation at the restaurant, that's a tough pull right now.
Yeah, it's very popular, and I have been watching him make all these creative dishes. So immediately I looked at Erik and I'm like, we have to sample. What do you have? So this is what one of the menu items that he was serving, and it was zingy. It was delicious.
Yeah, that was the salad dish. I don't have that one, but
he talked about smashed cucumber salad that had garlic, but it had some sort of seasoning in there.
Definitely had a spice in there.
Yeah.
It made it have some heat. It was fantastic.
But that summertime, you're going to want to have a cup of this in the summertime. And I asked him what else was on the menu.
We're going to do pork dumplings, Dan noodles, General Tso's cauliflower. We'll do egg rolls, happy chicken. Just a nice little tight menu, but just, some fun stuff.
Happy chicken goes right in with the Summerfest logo, the big smile.
It does.
He was super friendly and entirely happy to talk with you.
And I remembered to talk to the otother Dan, because it is Dan. Because I think, Chef Dan Jacobs is getting so, starstruck at all. He was like, oh, where are my manners? And how are you? And I was like, but I actually, because as soon as I walked up to Chef Dan Jacobs, you know what he said.
I can't talk about that.
He's like, I'm glad to talk with you, but
nice
I can't
to see you. I can't tell you what happened.
Yeah, and and I'm like, I am not here to ruin the experience for him, for anyone. I'm not here to do a gimme, do a getcha. Let's not
try to trick you into answering or saying something you're not supposed to.
But he survived a heck of an action-packed episode last night. You had explosions, you had blood, you had swearing. Last night was the Top Chef episode to watch if you haven't seen them yet.
So tell me about the fish boil, because that is such a Wisconsin staple, and apparently on the shores of Lake Michigan,
right
we
Grant
showed
Park
really well,
in
right?
South Milwaukee.
Yeah. Look good?
Yeah, gorgeous. The Lake Michigan was absolutely deep, beautiful blue. I will say that even the sand looked like Cancun white sand. It was like, I've strolled that beach many a time. It's like, I don't remember it looking quite that picturesque.
They must have combed it.
Exactly. Yeah, they made it beautiful. But yeah, that's where they had to cook and serve. This was another one of those episodes where they served 100 diners on the beach, plus the chef testant judges.
Anybody we know in that crowd?
Yeah, this is one of those episodes where it checked the boxes, whether you're a longtime fan, because 6 former Top Chef contestants and winners came back to be part of the elimination competition challenge in different ways. And if you've never seen it before, this was just, hey, you learned we love a meat raffle for the quickfire challenge. And they explained what that is.
How did they work that into a thing?
It was the quickfire challenge. And it was, this is one of those Midwestern traditions that we certainly embrace here in Wisconsin.
Love the meat raffle.
And explained it. And they, through Art Smith, who used to be Oprah's chef, who showed up. He showed up in white pants, white shirt, and a red blazer, and red horn rim glasses.
Nice.
And Chef Testant Michelle described him as a Santa Claus who knows a lot about food, a fancy Santa Claus who knows a lot about food. But so he knows his stuff, and so he had a little ping pong ball machine and drew out names randomly. That's how they got to choose their meats. But it ranged from Chef Dan Jacobs being chosen early, and he got a Chateaubriand, kind of like a filet mignon.
Okay.
But the last Chef Testant literally got lunch meat, basically Spam in a can.
All right, well, let's see what we can do with that.
And he did just fine.
Yeah,
but so that's how the meat raffle worked in and was fun for that
fried
quick fire
bologna.
challenge.
Anyone get fried bologna?
Why not? If you can make it gourmet, they'll have that at Summerfest. So then the actual fish boil, it was funny. At the end of that quick fire challenge, it said, okay, get comfy, change your clothes, let's meet out back. Everybody's like, what?
Mm-hmm.
And I've since learned that this kitchen that you see is in a warehouse at Oak Creek. So out back is just this green grassy area, but you see it. There's the big old vat on top of some wood.
Nice.
And I think no one had seen this before. Even the chefs, like Gail Simmons, like laughed and went, "This is insane." And there's a man named Torch who's legendary in Door County with Ephraim's The Post Office Restaurant. This is what he does.
Yeah.
He's a master fish boiler. There's a name for it, but he's the guy who runs up, douses the kerosene, and we all stand back and watch.
Yep.
But it was mad respect. Like everybody's watching it going, "Oh my God." But for Chef Dan, our Milwaukee guy, he hates fish boils. He has flashbacks from his first job in Door County. Like he has quotes like, "It's just not my thing." At the end of it, I won't give you great spoilers, but like he did well in the competition, but he did not win him over. He's like,
Okay,
no,
but we still see him next week, right? He's still alive? Okay, good.
Yeah. Did not have to pack his knives. But I mean, when you see this column of flame, I know
awesome.
we've all been around it, but it's still woof. It's respectful. And then here's where the blood comes in. One of the chefs.
Please.
Important follow-up that we forgot to ask you. Like,
But, every time they say pack your knives, like, I am the worst in the kitchen. Like, I have mad respect for an oven. I'm always like, heat, knives. I get them sharpened because that's how they're best, but they still scare me. One of the chef testants, she is deciding to debone the fish first. Gouges her hand. And it's like, medic. Calm, cool, and collected, but she was a trooper. But it messed up her mental game, which is so key in this competition. It was all clean, but you did see blood, but she was a trooper. She finished the entire fish boil for 2.5 hours and then went to urgent care. And when she came back after, before the judges' table, they stitched her up. I mean, she...
No Brewers tonight, so we got your show, What's on Tap.
Yeah, I'll dig it a little bit deeper and have some more audio with Chef Dan at the Summerfest event. Yeah.
All right, thanks, Sandy. Appreciate it. Top Chef,
Thank you, Sandy.
episode 11 next week.
I think it's actually huge. I think it's going to change the way our chef testants play the game.
When I say win, you say Wisconsin. Win! Wisconsin! Woo!
Debbie, what's happening on the roads?
Northbound on 41, we've got an accident at Burleigh off on the left shoulder. That's making for a slow ride all the way down past Watertown Plank Road up to that point. We've got also an accident northbound on the Rock Freeway heading into the Hale interchange. That's off on the left shoulder as well. Northbound 43 slowing from before Fond du Lac Avenue all the way to Keefe. Southbound slowing from just south of Silver Spring, pretty much all the way down past Capitol Drive. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Vince Vitrano here from Wisconsin's Morning News, reminding you to subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News podcast. We update it every day with every segment, every interview, and every bit we do on the show. Wait, we don't do bits on the show.
I am jazzed as hell.
You can do it .com too. .com. I'm .comming right now.
It's about 110 degrees in this room. Nice job with the air conditioning, whoever.
All right, maybe we do some bits.
Bullseye!
Subscribe to the Wisconsin's Morning News podcast wherever you get your podcasts or listen live on WTMJ.com.
Suit up for the $800,000 Sports Car Series at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. April through May, score free play, cash, one of 4 new Toyota GR86s, or a new Toyota Supra. Play with your club card to earn entries, 5 times the entries on drawing days, and when the Milwaukee Brewers play at home. Got what it takes? Slugger, only at Potawatomi. For more details, visit paysbig.com/sportscar. Must be 21 and a club member to play.
A buck doesn't buy much unless you're spending it at Griffin. For just $1 over cost, you can buy brand new tires from us. This is Jim Griffin. Any major brand, $1 over our cost, free tire repair, and lifetime rotation. We'll even show you the invoice to prove it. Our only requirements is we put them on for you. Buy one or a whole set. The dollar deal from Griffin, Milwaukee, Waukesha, Fort Atkinson, and Jefferson. Griffin, the buck stops here, but the deals on tires don't. That's Griffin.
Not combinable with other tire offers.
I'll say it again. Our mission is to protect and uphold our reputation. And what that means is wherever we go, we make it better for those in need of our services and the great people we have working with us. Our reputation matters. It matters to us, and it should matter to you. We believe that operating with integrity will set us apart from our competitors, and that this attracts people to us that share these same values. I say this because I want you to know when you work with Semper Fi, character counts. It's why you can count on the industry's hands-down best lifetime workmanship warranty that now includes free annual inspections. And it's why we always have one project manager per job, which is absolutely not the industry standard. When you're paying for a brand new roof to go on what's likely the biggest investment you have, you want it done right, and you want to be able to count on the people doing it. This is Brad Youngwith with Semper Fi Roofing and Exteriors, your local, veteran-owned and operated exterior remodeling company.
Keep you safe, warm, and dry, Semper Fi.
8:25 on Wisconsin's Morning News. Back to the Future. Once again, something to watch today. Have to be kicking off later this morning. In the weeks to come to watch this as well in the wake of the campus protests that swept the nation, resulted in days-long encampments at UW-Madison and Milwaukee here in Wisconsin as well. Campus leaders once again being summoned to Capitol Hill to face questions from lawmakers about their handling of these recent events. Just backing up again, you have the pro-Palestinian protesters across the country who took up space, occupied that space on college campuses in the protest and the war on Gaza. And in some cases, university leaders made deals to get them to back down. And now House Republicans are calling them on the carpet. Today in Washington, you'll have the leaders from Northwestern, Rutgers, and UCLA set to go before the House Committee on Education and the Workforce, which is the committee that's been investigating how colleges have been responding to the protests and allegations of anti-Semitism.
We've heard from this committee before.
First time and most famously was, what was that, late last year when they brought the Ivy League?
Was it that long ago already?
I feel like it was, like late last year or early this, when they brought the leaders from the Ivy League campuses, several of them, before this committee, and some of those presidents testified and did not do well. Resulted in further scrutiny. They had the spotlight on them and ultimately got the resignations of the presidents of Harvard and University of Pennsylvania. Both of those leaders lost their jobs after testifying on Capitol Hill because they did so poorly. The Associated Press describes it as they gave cautious, halting answers to questions about whether calls for the genocide of Jews would violate their school's conduct policies. And they didn't quickly enough or emphatically enough say, yeah, obviously that would violate our policies, causing those members of Congress to be like, wait, it wouldn't?
Right.
And then others, and then there was more scrutiny. And there was more to the backstory of both of those presidents who lost their jobs. But that put the spotlight on them.
Yep.
So why Rutgers and Northwestern today? We know UCLA, that was the one where things got violent,
Yeah, it got
right?
a little intense at times at UCLA.
So you'll have that university president is expected to testify, but also Rutgers and Northwestern. I don't remember hearing about them in the news.
They had come to agreements earlier, right?
Aha.
Planned a deal with the encampment folk.
And that's it. Those two universities, because the committee is expected to focus with them on the agreements that they reached with these protesters. Associated Press and ABC News contributing to the reporting here. At Northwestern, the administration agreed to reestablish an advisory committee on its investments that includes student, faculty, and staff input. Rutgers agreed to meet with 5 student representatives to discuss the divestment request. Remember, we heard a lot about that. Protesters wanted universities to divest themselves of any investments tied to Israel. And apparently because of that agreement, that's landed them under the scrutiny of this congressional committee. If you're wondering what kind of reception they're about to get, why they may not be excited about their trip to Washington, here's the chair of the committee. This is Congresswoman Virginia Fox, Republican, North Carolina. The committee has a clear message for mealy-mouthed, spineless college leaders. Congress will not tolerate your dereliction of your duty to your Jewish students. Good morning, Congresswoman.
And hello.
And hello. So that's what they're in for today.
So then the question becomes, who will be asked to step down from their position in 8 hours?
Yeah. And how do they frame, even for those, even if they want to fully defend how they handled situations, you find yourself under this scrutiny, you find yourself under hostile questioning.
Oh, yeah.
And how are these leaders going to stand up? And I turn this back on now here back in Wisconsin, our school leaders. UWM Chancellor Mark Money already apologizing this week.
Yeah, just yesterday or the day before, right?
For his handling of the resolution that ended the protests in Milwaukee. UW-Madison first tried police to remove the encampment there, later capitulated and ended up negotiating with the protesters in Madison. So if I were Chancellor Money or Chancellor Jennifer Mnuchin in Madison, I would not pick up the phone with any incoming 202 area code. I am not looking forward to that call.
Nope, it's summer break. Gotta go on sabbatical. Gotta go do something.
Stuff's over. We sent everybody home. The camp is gone. Right? Not excited to testify.
Although I
when
wonder.
Asked.
See, I posed this question to you before. I wonder if because we're in a battleground state, if our folks will be protected here a little bit. Because you don't want to rock the boat too much when votes can sway an election potentially here in Wisconsin.
Because you don't know how it would play politically, is what you're saying.
How would it play politically here in the Badger State? So would they actually want to bring them to Capitol Hill?
Could it backfire, right?
Yes.
If their intention was to embarrass them.
Yeah.
That's an interesting question, because all things are political.
Absolutely.
So there is that. But that's something to watch today on Capitol Hill. 8:30 on Wisconsin's Morning News.
There's too much confusion. I can't get no relief.
Hi everybody, I'm Susan Hiller from Hiller Ford. People just seem to love the new Ford Broncos. Lucky for us and our customers, we have a huge selection of full-size Broncos and Bronco Sports in stock. Plus, we have great prices. Right now, you can get a new 2023 Bronco Sport with 0% financing for 66 months. This is just one of the many great deals going on right now at Hiller Ford. Stop in today and find out why so many people love to buy from Hiller Ford.
Growing up in the 80s was totally tubular. Brat packs and 24-hour music videos, boom boxes and Walkmans, along with leg warmers, acid wash jeans, and jackets that were made for members only. Oh, and don't forget, air conditioning was a luxury. Yeah, retro is rad, unless you're talking about sticky, icky, humid indoor air. But your friends at Mr. Holland's Home Services are back here in the future to upgrade your aging, inefficient, grody to the max furnace and air conditioner. Mr. Holland's crew will make yours the coolest house on the block with a bodacious new comfort system and enjoy 0% interest for 36 months with approved credit. It's not a wall unit, and you won't need 1.21 gigawatts to run it. Call Mr. Holland's Home Services today, 866-992-1717, or visit MrHollandsHomeservices.com. If your indoor air is stuck in the 80s, we can help.
Are you looking for an exceptional deal on a new Ford? Well, look no further. I'm Susan Hiller from Hiller Ford. We have slash prices on all remaining 2023 Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs. This includes America's favorite truck, the Ford F-150, with 0% 60-month financing plus a $2,000 factory flex-buy cash bonus. It's a great time for big savings. Do yourself a favor and stop in. Find out why so many people love to buy from Hiller Ford.
Flooring, carpeting, bath, or kitchen remodeling. Adair is the name Milwaukee has trusted for 65 years. This is Rob Adair. Ready to remodel? Give us a call, 761-3660. Get personal care from Adair, South 27th in Franklin.
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Veterans benefits denied? Call Tayback for the payback. Brave Americans who served shouldn't be denied benefits or have a disability claim incorrectly evaluated by the VA. If you're one of those vets, call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
8:33, I'm Vince Vitrano. This is Wisconsin's Morning News, Thursday, May 23rd. Our top story, analyzing the impact of tornadoes, the tornado outbreak earlier this week.
I'm Erik Bilstad, preparing for record travel.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, northbound 41. We have this accident at Burleigh off on the left shoulder. That's got backups all the way back to Wisconsin Avenue. Also have this accident northbound on the Rock Freeway heading in towards the Hale interchange off on the left shoulder. So something to keep in mind through there. Southbound 43, very slow from Hampton Avenue down past Keefe. Northbound slow from about Kilbourne all the way up to Keefe. Westbound on 94, slowing down from 27th Street to about Mitchell Boulevard. Hey, be your eyes on the roads. Report accident slowdowns and road conditions to the WTMJ Hall Mazda traffic tip line at 414-238-9329. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Nice day today, mostly sunny and warm, high of 77, mainly clear skies tonight with a low down to 56, right now at 65 in Milwaukee. And from the WTMJ Breaking News Center, National Weather Service confirming now it was 6 tornadoes that impacted Wisconsin during Tuesday's severe weather outbreak. 5 of them were of EF1 strength, including the one in the Fox Valley and Kaukauna. At least 50 people were out of their homes in the immediate aftermath. One of the tornadoes touched down in Marathon County. And that had wind speeds of 105 miles an hour. 10 tornadoes in all already having touched down in Wisconsin so far in 2024. And the bulk of our season really doesn't typically heat up until June.
One person in custody this morning after a police standoff at a pharmacy in Milwaukee Wednesday afternoon. Police say it was due to a tactical situation. This was at the Hyatt Pharmacy and the Progressive Medical Group building near 54th and Capitol. Police told employees of that area they were chasing an armed robbery suspect who ended up running into that building. Suspect taken into custody after several hours.
Reckless driving crash on the freeway during rush hour sent 2 people spilling onto the roadway. This is a vehicle that was driving recklessly, slammed into another car, and then rolled over. 2 people were thrown from the vehicle there on the freeway. No reported injuries from the vehicle that was hit.
Travelers can expect it to be historically busy at the airports today.
The lines are already building at security checkpoints nationwide, but the FlightAware map shows no major airport delays anywhere. FAA Administrator Michael Whitaker says it's all hands on deck in the air traffic control system.
We're not anticipating delays from staffing, but the weather is out of our control, and we're just going to try to navigate safely through that.
And severe weather is anticipated from Texas up to the Great Lakes through tomorrow. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
You end up in Washington in the next month or so, you may see advertising for Mitchell International Airport here in Milwaukee.
Strategic marketing effort, according to Mitchell International's marketing director, Harold Bester.
Just reminding people to fly to Milwaukee if they're coming here for the Republican National Convention.
Similar advertising was purchased before the DNC 4 years ago.
We've been running ads in some other airports. We ran some ads inside the Tampa airport, inside the Phoenix airport during spring break. We're trying to market the airport on both ends to, again, get more people to fly into here so that we get more service from the airlines.
Greg Mansick, WTMJ News.
Time now for News About Your Money, the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The Dow is down 119, the NASDAQ starting up 175, and the S&P is up 22. Inflation isn't going away. Download your copy of Safeguarding Against Inflation, Strategies for Wealth Preservation at annexwealth.com/inflation.
Signing Unlimited WTMJ News Time, 8:36.
Coming up, it's going to be a glitzy night at Washington.
Each day, there's a sliver of time when you can almost breathe freely. And you feel better when you can. But you know that eventually that sliver of time closes, along with your nose. It puts a damper on your day every day. So you pop a pill or you take a spray to try to get that relief back. But it's always short-lived. And all the while, in your efforts to give yourself relief, you may be making your nasal breathing problems worse. I'm Dr. Madan Kandula, and a simple in-office procedure from Advent called balloon sinuplasty could be the fast and convenient answer to your breathing triangle problems. Advent has been a leader in this procedure, which can be hard to find elsewhere. It's simple, there's little to no downtime, and it really can be life-changing.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Breathe well with simple solutions. Breathe well with simple solutions. AdventKnows.com.
Results may vary.
Is your lawn more yellow than green already this spring? Vince Vitrano for Great Lakes Landscape, Southeast Wisconsin's premier lawn, landscape, and snow management company. Time is now to sign up for a season-long fertilizer and weed treatment program that'll have your lawn looking tip-top in no time. Fresh mulch for the flower beds, or a full landscape maintenance package, that's available too. This is the go-to team for patios and new construction landscape as well. Tell them you want your lawn looking as good as mine. Great Lakes Landscape. That's GreatLakesLandscapeWI.com.
It started with a prediction.
We'll go out there and play basketball and win.
And how many games?
6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the coach.
Big night tonight at the White House. We got a state visit here with the Kenyan President, William Ruto from Kenya. First state visit by a Kenyan president in 2 decades. Wide-ranging talks today. Expected to include debt relief for Kenya, as well as a way forward for Haiti, Ukraine, Sudan, and some other areas. They'll also focus on some trade ties and what they can build in a relationship there. So
but that's not why you're bringing this. That's not why you're talking about this.
There's also, today. Yes, they got themselves a good old state dinner. You know me.
Yes.
I like a good old-fashioned state dinner at the White House. So, yes, a glitzy black tie affair at the White House tonight. Several guests will be there in honor of the Kenyan president and his wife. Country star Brad Paisley will be in the house. You know Paisley?
He's said to be a fan, the president of Kenya.
Yeah. He likes country music.
And Nationwide is on your side.
That's the guy. That's the Paisley guy. He's kind of funny,
number one
too.
song.
Also, the Howard Gospel Choir will provide entertainment. That's big, too. The Kenyan president loves gospel, so he's got a very eclectic taste there. Would you like to know?
Yes, what's on the menu? What are we serving tonight? The Wagyu beef or...
No.
No?
Guests will dine on a summertime-style meal, chilled tomato soup, and bratwurst. I'm kidding. There's no bratwurst.
Why not?
A lobster poached in butter, marinated in short ribs with kale and roasted corn. They got banana ganache as one of the desserts.
Roasted corn. Can't be corn on the cob. I want. We were joking before. I want all out, like, Scotty barbecue.
Wouldn't it be great?
Look, corn on the cob.
President Biden's got the hat on. He's got the chef hat on. He's got the cob rolled up in aluminum foil.
You want him at the grill?
You're kind of steaming it.
You got to soak him first.
He's on the grill, yes.
Hey, Rudy. What's his name? Ruto? President Ruto?
It's, yes, William Ruto.
Yeah, Rudy. You got to soak him first. That's the trick. Look, folks. Charcoal
awesome.
only, not gas.
He's got the apron.
How do you like it?
Oh, that's not how you grill the corn. There's a better way.
Let me show you. Brats or burgers? What do we have?
So what I haven't been able to find is the guest list. Usually there's a couple of big names that pop up in there. I haven't seen that yet, but I'm sure tomorrow there'll be plenty to say about this phenomenal event.
Virtual baseball and a pair of Brewers tickets are on the line if our contestant is the winner today. We're going to do it next. I need a player. WTMJ Talk and Text line 855-616-1620. What should we do, G? Which caller number one? Greg wants caller number 5. Give Pancake a call back there in the booth. Caller number 5 plays virtual baseball. Pair of tickets to the Milwaukee Brewers are on the line next.
From big tailgate parties to cozy dinners for two, the freshest ideas start with a stop at Century Foods.
Now through Wednesday, save on 4.75 to 11.3 ounce selected varieties, Frito-Lay Lays, Doritos, Bean Dip, or Kettle Chips, 2 for $5. 8 to 16.5 ounce selected varieties, Hostess multi-packs, 2 for $6. 14 ounce or 3 to 4 count selected varieties, Haagen-Dazs ice cream or bars, $3.99. 4 to 6 count selected varieties, Dannon multi-pack yogurt, 2 for $7.
Hey, why'd you throw my glass across the room?
I have to keep practicing.
The vase from Aunt Sophie?
I'm warming up in case I get to take them out at American Family Field. Read this.
Win the ultimate baseball fan experience at Century Foods?
You either get to throw out the first pitch, hold the finish line for the famous racing sausages, or be on the field during batting practice. My new TV!
Just doing a little batting practice of my own.
The ultimate baseball fan experience. Return the entry form found in the weekly ad to any Century by July 24th.
Erik Bilstad here from WTMJ. Been having a lot of success stories recently from Tri-County Contracting. My guy Bob texted me saying that he just got a roof from Tri-County Contracting. He was telling me about his buddy Mark, who's a fan of the show. He just went with Tri-County Contracting. And
see, the momentum is building.
Yep, and I have another one. Jeff was just over at one of my friend's house, too, and she said that she had a great chat with him, and he gave her lots of great advice on some things at her place. So Tri-County Contracting, I know it can be overwhelming when you're thinking siding or you're thinking roofs. You got a
project.
It is a project, and you want someone you can trust. Tri-County Contracting. Take it from me. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com is the website. Worry-free roofing, siding, and windows. Tri-County Contracting, WI.com.
You know this already. Inflation is sticky. You see it on the news. You feel it at the grocery store. It's the involuntary pay cut no one wants and that we can't seem to shake. Annex Wealth Management wants to help. Now is the time to download 7 strategies you can use in an environment with elevated inflation. Learn how real assets can help, which tax-efficient strategies to consider, and one way to increase Social Security benefits. It's a free download and available now. Go to annexwealth.com/inflation.
You are a guaranteed winner with Siding Unlimited, Wisconsin's best contractor for your home's beauty and defense. Siding Unlimited is siding, of course, but so much more. Windows, roofing, decks. Siding Unlimited is recognized as the MVP in all those areas by customers and suppliers alike. You want major league work done on your house, so start by contacting Siding Unlimited. SidingUnlimited.com.
From removing unwanted clutter or junk to full-service residential or commercial cleanouts, get a free same-day estimate at twomenajuncktruck.com. Keep what you love, ditch what you don't.
Checking in with Debbie here. Traffic sponsored by 2 Men and a Truck. 2 Men and a Junk Truck. Keep what you love, ditch what you don't. Debbie.
All right, northbound on 41, right about at Burleigh. We got a crash there. It is off on the left shoulder, and that's making for delays all the way back to Watertown Plank Road. So it's something to keep in mind there. Looks like they may have cleared the accidents on northbound on the Rock Freeway heading into the Hale interchange. Got some disabled vehicle. Well, actually, one of the cars, they're saying one of the accidents, there was 2 in the area, is still there off on the right shoulder. Northbound 43, watch for delays from Fond du Lac Avenue up past Keefe. Southbound is slow from just before Hampton Avenue down past Capitol Drive. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
This is your chance to be a professional baseball player.
People still don't recognize us.
For 5 minutes. Virtually, of course.
We're contenders now.
Welcome to Virtual Baseball on Wisconsin's Morning News.
Play ball!
Virtual Baseball is sponsored by Siding Unlimited. It's siding and a whole lot more. Honest pricing guaranteed. Visit sidingunlimited.com. On the line with us, playing virtual baseball this morning with a pair of Brewers tickets on the line, is Erik in Cudahy.
Oh, baby!
All right, nice reception for Erik. What's up, man?
How you guys doing?
Good. You know how the game works?
I do.
All right, let's run through it for everybody, though. I have 20 Brewers highlights that are labeled 1 through 20. You and Vince will each select 3 of those highlights. Whoever's highlights total up to the most runs scored is the winner. There's no ghost runners. There's nothing like that. And I promise we'll actually have more runs scored today. It's almost a virtual guarantee. We had some serious shutting out going out last week. So that won't happen. So, Erik, here's your options. You can either be the home team or the away team. Which would you prefer?
I'll be the home team.
Home team for you. That means Mr. Vitrano
Vinny's
goes
up first. Highlight number 6.
Number 6 today is Oliver Dunn.
And the pitch. Struck him out swinging. And this one.
All right. Well, so I promise.
What was that? A game ender?
Oh, listen to that. Listen to how annoyed he sounded.
And the pitch.
Listen to you, here.
Struck him out swinging.
I swear, someone's going to score a run.
Good start. All right, I'll take cut number 7.
Number 7 is Willie Adames.
Now Adames lines one off the glove of the third baseman Rivera and into left field. Yelich trots home. Adames on his way to second. An RBI double, and the Brewers lead it 7-5.
All right, excellent. One
All
run.
right, so I'm up 1-0, and I will take number 10, please.
Last hit for you. Your swing is going to Jackson Chourio.
Waukesha. Chris win a gift card jackpot of $650 to Woodman's. High fly ball, deep left field. Reynolds back. Bye-bye baseball. Jackson Chourio
there you
for
go.
the 5th time this year.
It's a 2-run shot there.
Oh, nice. All right.
So what's your total?
The Woodman's reference. Ay, caramba. Chourio just left the yard. 3-0 for me.
All right, Erik, your turn. You got to score at least 3.
Oh, I like his chances. And also, I want you to win, Erik.
I know. Let's go with number 15.
15, all right.
You said 15?
Yeah.
All right, that is
15.
Oliver Dunn.
And here's Oliver Dunn. And first pitch to Dunn is a rocket off the glove of Alonso. It kicks into shallow right field. First to third goes Hoskins. He's in there sliding safely. And Oliver Dunn with his first big league hit.
Exciting and all, but no runs scored. And I promise someone will score more runs. Go ahead.
All right, let's go with number 2.
Number 2. All right. Number 2 today is Willie Contreras.
3-1. And that is a sharply hit ground ball to short. Anderson plays it on a couple of hops, runs to the bag at second, retires Contreras.
All right, now come on.
Jeez.
Come on, you guys. I swear there's only like 2 outs in this thing. I made sure there was more runs scored.
Okay, so it's 3-0 here, and Eric's down to his final batter, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got a Jake Bauer grand slam in there?
No, we already ran that one last week.
Oh boy.
That's all right though.
Let's go
There are some 3-run jacks in here. That I can promise you.
Okay, so if there's 3-run jacks, let's go with number 3.
Number 3 today. All right, let's take a look here. It's William Contreras.
Out of the windup. Here it comes. And a high fly ball left center field. This ball is going to be back there and gone! Contreras hits it out to one of the deepest parts of the park.
And?
There you go.
What a battle! Contreras wins it. It's a 3-run shot.
That's the Verlander one. Oh, fantastic.
So we're tied.
All right, so we're tied. So
Tie
here's
goes
what
to the runner?
happens. Extra innings it is. We have 2 highlights, Eric. A or B. One of them is a walk-off winner. The other is a game-ending loser. If you pick the right one, you walk away with 2 tickets to see the Brewers. Which will you choose? Highlight A or highlight B?
The last time I played this, I played with Toya Washington, and I picked B for Bob Uecker. So I'm going to go B for Bob Uecker.
All right. Joey Ortiz at the plate.
1-1. Line past. Jemai Jones and into left field for a base hit. Miller trots home. And Joey Ortiz, with his 4th RBI of the night, has walked off the game.
There you go.
Nice job, Eric from Cudahy. Outstanding.
Yeah.
All right, report back to us after you go to the game. I want to hear how it was. I want to hear where you sat. Tell Pancake to give you some good seats. Okay?
I didn't know he had that power.
I'm sure he does.
Have a great holiday weekend there, Eric.
Hang on the line. Let Pancake get all your info for you. Virtual Baseball, sponsored by Siding Unlimited. Siding and a whole lot more. Honest pricing guaranteed. Visit them at sidingunlimited.com.
By the whole team. And if I don't win, it's a shame.
Our pregame festivities continue on this Memorial Day Monday afternoon from Miller Park. Great crowd here. It's going to be a sellout crowd as we honor all of our service people throughout this great land of ours. And we remember those with a moment of silence right now.
One more time before 9 o'clock. Let's look at the cars, Deb.
All right, northbound on 41. Still seeing a delay with an accident at Burleigh. It's off on the left shoulder, so delays are going back towards Swan Boulevard, so give yourself that extra time. Northbound 43 slowing down from Fond du Lac Avenue up to Keith. Westbound 94, just a quick tap of the brakes right through the stadium interchange, not too bad. And we've got westbound 894 slowing down from about 20th Street all the way to almost Forest Home. That's right through that construction zone. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The Political Power Hour with Steve Scafidi.
This is a story that deserves our attention.
Hearing from political experts from across Wisconsin and beyond.
Obviously, like you said, I lean to the left a little bit. This seems like another example of Democrats cleaning up after a mess left by Republicans.
Judges are confronted with multiple issues in cases. You don't have to decide all of them. You have to decide the critical one that the case really hinges on.
Weekdays from 9 to 10 on WTMJ.
Vince Vitrano for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. No longer a reason to wait if you've been thinking about replacing your windows and doors. Because if you order today, you can get 0% interest for up to 48 months. You pay for your project over 4 years and no interest, not a dime. You have only until May 31st at Pella, so jump on it now when it comes to replacing or upgrading your windows and doors. You want to feel good about your choices, and you want to know how this is going to turn out. Is it going to look like we thought it would? Would it maybe make more sense to go with the black frame window this time instead of the white, or white instead of a wood grain? Look, whether your home is newer, classic, mid-century, modern, or something truly historic, Pella's design team works to let you see virtually what your project will look like when it's all said and done. So you'll know what the new windows and patio doors look like in your home before you buy. Vinyl, wood, fiberglass, Pella has all the options to bring your vision to life. creating the perfect style for your home. 0% interest-free financing for up to 48 months if you order by May 31st. Certain restrictions do apply. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Since 1899, Port Washington State Bank has been dedicated to helping small businesses. I'm James Showalter, president of PWSB and a proud resident of Ozaukee County. For over 5 generations, we've been helping businesses in southeastern Wisconsin do more. Our commercial lending team takes the time to listen and provide the care you deserve. We're proud to serve this community, and we'd be proud to serve your business. Stop into Port Washington State Bank today.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Get ready to reach new heights when EAA AirVenture Oshkosh returns July 22nd through the 28th. Witness breathtaking aerobatic air shows each day and explore family-friendly activities. Discover thousands of aircraft and don't miss the night air shows on Wednesday and Saturday night. I love those. Back performing this year are the Canadian Forces Snowbirds. Experience the thrill of flight and make memories that will last a lifetime at EAA AirVenture Oshkosh. And thanks to Boeing, youth age 18 and under are free. Get your tickets at eaa.org/tickets.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
WTMJ forecast sponsored by Dave Drake Camp Heating, where your comfort is their family's tradition. Let me get you quickly through the holiday weekend. High of 77 degrees today, nice day ahead. Tomorrow we bring in a chance for afternoon showers and storms, and then evening showers and storms likely. Some could be on the strong side with a high of 71. Saturday looks perfect. Low 70s to upper 60s if you're by Lake Michigan. Sunday, they're saying rain likely right now for the holiday weekend at a high of 65. And then Monday, not great, chance of showers and a high of 66.
Don't forget, if you missed any portion of the program, and odds are you probably did, you can always text the word Vince, and you can get all the segments are all separated up. Pancake does a great job collating all that stuff for us. 855-616-1620 on the WTMJ Talk and text line. Text the word Vince. We'll send you the link.
And wherever you get your podcast, available as well, right there in the car if you like it like that. We focused a lot on the grilling season and the summer travel and all that stuff. We're coming up on Memorial Day as well, so we'll spend some time on the program tomorrow letting you know of all the area observances going on through the holiday weekend if folks want to do that. Now, some are fairly personal. Maybe you have a member of the armed forces who was killed in the line of duty. Others are just things that are largely open to the public that maybe it's a good idea for you to spend a little bit of time over the holiday weekend doing that. So we'll get to that and much more on tomorrow's show. Thanks for joining us today. WTMJ's Political Power Hour with Steve Scafidi is up next. Everything sponsored by Kowal Investment Group, the retirement specialists. Retire well with Kowal.
Let's take the car and save the fare. We blew a gasket on the...
Did you know that a confident retirement could be just an hour away? Hi, I'm Aaron Kowal of Kowal Investment Group, the retirement specialists.